Well, let me straighten this out one.
Quick.
Okay, they're still talking to these people. We're good.
Yeah, we got a good little stall here.
I think we made it.
So what's happening? Is anybody watching the actual feed?
Yeah,
They got some
talking
kids
about
and
this
people
family.
they're talking to.
Yep.
Is JJ's sexy ass on the podium yet?
Not yet.
No, it's still Roger Goodell and this innocent family.
Yeah, now they're going to have this, actually a young child read the
Oh, the
card.
child's gonna read it.
That's so I've never, happy for the kid, dude. Oh, there it is.
Go Blue, baby. Josh Metellus tweeted "Go Blue" like 10 minutes ago.
Woo!
It's never been easier for me to root against.
This is what the guests signed at my wedding. My wife ordered this,
Oh, that's cool, actually.
and now it's a draft day.
Yeah.
Just to get my point across a little bit better. Something like that, and then I can kind of sit here. I can do like the quarterback, like those weird little graphics they do when they're like walking out onto the field into the huddle. They'll be like,
Oh yeah.
Yep. They got their guy and got to keep 23, man. That's pretty good.
"Oh, and we kept 23. We kept 23, you idiots. Why would we trade up to 3 or 5? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
good thing
wearing a
nobody
I'm
wanted to
wearing
do
a-
that.
I'm wearing a John Randall over the top of a Harrison Smith."
Ooh,
Double whammy.
I have something for that. Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was inevitable.
My Jair jersey is
Did
resting.
anybody find our new stream? I don't know if we sent the link back out.
I'm tweeting it right now.
Okay, good. I'll send it back.
John Randall, you say, huh? Like this guy?
Oh yeah, you got NFL Extreme.
Ooh, let's go, baby. All right, I think I see Nate. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull him up. Hopefully he's ready. If not, too bad.
He went outside. The shoey incoming.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Nate's
One thing
here for the shoe.
I'll give Nate credit. He's a man of his word.
So I forgot
Man of his
to bring,
word.
I forgot to bring like a crappy.
Hey, sweetheart, Nate's doing the Chewy if you want to watch.
Oh, he's gonna ruin a good shoe.
No, this is
Gather around the family.
this is
Trev,
a hiking
Nate
boot.
clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, this is a hiking boot. I'm not too thrilled about it, but whatever.
Oh, I will give you credit where credit is due. This man is a man of his word. What are we drinking
What?
here, there, Nate?
Who's your game?
Nate's
Who's
celebrating
that? JJ
the
Lager.
selection of JJ McCarthy.
Why?
It's gonna be so gross. Let me tell you.
No, Nate owes me a shoey for
Nate lost a
Nebraska
bet
Cornhuskers
like ages ago.
beating the shit out of the Indiana Losers on their home court.
All right. Well, cheers.
He is paying up, boys. Oh my God, that's so disgusting.
That's crazy.
More.
I
Another.
respect you. I respect you more than you'll ever know, my man.
Ugh, that was gross, but there we go.
So the debt is paid. The debt has been paid. I respect you. I respect you, my friend.
I appreciate
Nate,
it.
if
but
I was
I'm
with
gonna-
you, I would give you an elbow handshake.
it,
like we
it
were-
doesn't taste good. Let me tell you.
No, as somebody that's had to do one, it does not taste great.
So, but I got an early morning, so Bears win the draft no matter what else happens. Vikings are going to be 0-17, and always good with you guys.
Later,
Yeah,
brother.
good to see you,
Good to
brother.
see you.
Bye,
Peace
Nate.
out, Nate. Yeah, Poland Spring.
Yeah,
is
it's
not
more
approved.
of an
Shout out.
American thing.
Yeah, listen, it was an agreed upon bet. If the Huskers would have lost, I would have returned said favor.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. We do. Poland, don't tell the rest of the Crowders that we drink beer out of shoe around here. I don't want to have to deal with that on Sundays. I don't know if I can handle that heat. So just keep it between us. It's not like this is public or anything. All right, folks. Jets are in at 10. The pick is
Who are
in.
the Jets going with?
They're probably quarterback, right? No.
Washington.
Oh,
Gotta protect
we've
the
got it
Browns,
in.
man.
Who, man? This is not an easy name to pronounce. Alumuyiwa Fashanu.
Yeah, I thought it was Fashanu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fashanu.
that's
Is
chalk.
that it? We'll go with that.
That's chalk. I thought they might have preferred Fotanu just for his guard tackle flexibility, but they need O-line help. That
No.
was always going to be the case. And why didn't the Chargers do that? They must have had just a drastically different grade on Joe Alt and the rest of the tackle class. Like, there's no way they didn't have a divide there to stick and pick and take Joe Alt at 5. Like, even if you had those guys tiered similarly, like Alt, Latham, Fashanu, you could get back to 11 and get one of those 3. So that fucking blows. But if you're the Titans and you're picking at 7, you taking the second guy off that board because you're worried about the risk of the third guy coming off before 11.
I saw a tweet that said
sense.
Callahan loved Latham and that he was their guy. So if that's the case, I'm in. Like, Bill Callahan.
And if it was the Titans, listen, if it was the Titans at 5 and the Callahans said they wanted whoever, I'd say, okay, sure. Yeah. Harbaugh and Greg Roman coming over with a dog shit roster and saying we want this guy no matter what is a little bit tougher to get on board with for me.
Who are they going to throw to? Like, they've got a rocket arm quarterback that's going to have to throw to me and you.
They've got to like the day 2 receivers. They've got to like Roman Wilson. They've got to like McConkey.
And
McConkey
I guess
might go late one, but
to play devil's advocate here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your odds are probably better out of getting some utility out of a late round or a free agent young receiver than there is out of getting anybody out of any of those on the offensive line, right? So maybe they're taking a chance, but I feel like every year, usually at least one running back and a couple of receivers that you're like, oh, wasn't expecting this guy to be a stud. And so I guess I will give them that. Your odds are better potentially going this route. And I will say maybe it's a little bit of the old school, but I do think there's something about knowing, hey, this tackle spot on our offensive line is shored up for the next decade. We don't have to worry about that. We can actually protect the quarterback. Like I don't hate it as much as other people might.
I don't hate the philosophy. And for me, it's a little bit less binary between tackle and receiver at 5. It's more because I love building through the trenches. I like getting your bookends. You've got Rashawn Slater, get that other tackle young on a rookie contract. You're starting to see those big Herbert cap hits, but why don't it's more between whatever player at 5 and additional draft capital, which is just, you have so many holes on the roster in general. You've got 2 good defenders. You've got no pass catchers. You've got holes on the interior of the offensive line in addition to tackle. So why don't you try to at least get a little bit more capital and get some more day 1, day 2 guys that you can get into the mix when you can still that's why I feel like it had to have been Joe Alt and everybody else on their board. Like that's the only way it makes any sense. So they have to be confident that the drop off after Joe Alt is that significant, which I don't think it really is. Like I didn't watch a ton of O-line. I watched 2 guys, but from all the O-line people I've heard, it sounds like it's kind of, you've got Fashanu and Latham kind of in that tier up at the top. And then a lot of people really like Fotnu. So it's just, I don't know. I don't like that a ton just because it feels like you could have maximized that draft slot more just in general, but maybe he's playing the long game. I don't know. I didn't like that at all. But when I started not liking it, it was because I wanted to pick 5. So we'll see how it grows on me.
I got my the pick spoiled.
Okay, that's fun. I've been pretty good off of Twitter, honestly.
I went to look at a different notification and it was like, bam.
It was just there.
I should have just turned off Twitter notifications.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I just
Yeah, that
somebody's at.
sucks.
Oh, it's just Marty.
Oh yeah.
Literally, that's why I was. That's why I thought the Bears taking Dallas Turner was kind of interesting because it just seemed like no defensive players were going to be in the top 10.
I hate this pick. I will say, and it's not anything against the player that got picked. I think that's cool for him, but I think it's not a good idea there.
Oh, that's
Oh, John, did you see Adam Schefter's tweet of JJ throwing it to Justin Jefferson? I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull it up for you. God, it's good.
No, I turned off Adam Schefter ever since of those uncouth OJ tweets.
Dude,
No,
what
I'm
did
just kidding.
What did he tweet about OJ? I don't even know.
He's just one of those guys who
This
when
is a really
somebody
good pick.
passes away or something significant happens to somebody, he contextualizes that news with the worst thing they've ever done or
yeah,
been.
he called
or
Dwayne
been-
Haskins a failure.
I remember the Dwayne Haskins one.
Yeah,
That one.
so
that
it
one
was
yeah.
like that, but it was like O.J. Simpson, former Heisman-winning running back, accused of a double homicide, has passed away, and
Yeah.
and it's like, dude,
It's like
we
who
know-
was
everybody
acquitted
knows
and
that.
gotten away with murder. Like,
Yeah, I was
like,
saying
you
if he was too soft, in my opinion. You should have said found
You
guilty
were
in
a
a civil case
football-
for double murder.
Yeah, you're a football reporter. Everybody who's not a football fan knows about the homicide indictment.
Ooh, there it is.
Oh,
How about
let's
that
go.
one,
Is
Johnny
that
boy?
Eli? Was that my boy Eli who made this? Eli Corbett or something?
No, this was Schefter tweeted this out, so I don't know who made it.
Well, there's no way he
Oh,
made
it
it.
was. Oh, dude. He's fucking aggregating.
That's dope.
There's this
though.
guy
Yeah,
on
play the Twitter
Vikings
game.
Twitter. There's this guy on Vikings Twitter named Eli something, and he always has the most amazing edits. And
I've seen some of his stuff.
You've
Yeah.
seen those? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
always so tough.
We got 5 quarterbacks in the top 12.
Dude,
Why?
Woo!
I
Why did
I
this
know
go at 8?
I know Zach Wilson's not going to be good in the NFL, but are they not very close in
Heisman
age?
winning running back. To me, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought he played for the
Actually,
Broncos. I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he died, I tweeted, I was like, O.J. Simpson, the Hall of Fame Bills running back, famous for that and only that, has passed
Yes.
away.
Oh God.
Dude, Bo Nix, I'm gonna sound like a hater here. This just seems like the most Broncos quarterback to
This is-
Listen,
it's just a dude at it. And so you're gonna have a fourth dude who's just a dude. This guy's older than Zach Wilson, right? Bo Nix has been in college since I
He's
graduated. I
close.
feel like
just
he's on his
absolutely
fourth
primed,
squad.
to lose the quarterback battle to Zach Wilson.
This is
Oh,
just
yeah.
awful. Like
I
how
like
many
Michael's comment. They
Jarrett
might be the same
Stidham,
age.
Brock Osweiler, like how many times are the Broncos going to do this? Trevor Siemian.
They're the same
It's-
age.
Trevor
It's-
Simmons, Paxton Lynch.
They're the
Paxton
same
Lynch.
age. They're both 24.
Yes,
This is
Paxton
stupid.
Lynch. I think that,
Oh yeah, Paxton. Can't forget that guy. This is bad, dude. This is dumb.
and I talked about this on Simon's podcast that you guys did, the War Room series. I had Denver, and I said this to me is not a roster that's ready to incubate a rookie quarterback.
Zach Wilson seems like the perfect
And if
guy
it's
to
the
just let him
sixth-
falter back there.
Yeah, and the Broncos were big. They were in on Sam Darnold. That's why we ended up going 10 mil. Was to outbid Denver for Sam Darnold.
Jesus,
so they
see?
go for Zach Wilson at the pivot.
What is wrong with that? And then John Elway, dude. John Elway works there, does he not?
He does.
He's not in a position of power anymore, though.
Yeah,
They
he's
can't ask
around,
him.
but that's it.
He's never seen good quarterback play before. He can't find one.
The former assistant GM for Rick Spielman when he selected Teddy Bridgewater just because he felt like he needed a quarterback, and Bridgewater was fine.
Teddy Bridge QB, baby. He was destined
George-
for what he became.
George Payton. George Payton is now that Denver GM, and he's doing that same shit. What's up, buddy?
They're the same age.
Man.
They're apart by 6 months.
That's wild. That is wild.
And it was announced today that Zach Wilson was going to wear number 10. So that lasted for about 5 hours.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Dude,
You know what, Bo Nix? Okay,
He's charging him for it for sure.
let's rein this. Let's rein this back in a little bit. Bo
should.
Nix has pretty good pocket presence that he's been able to develop over 11 years as a starting college quarterback.
yes.
And Bo Nix has good timing, and he's very good pre-snap, because he had to be, and he's able to get the ball out quickly because the scheme was conducive to that. So I don't know if you're painting yourself into a corner by selecting Bo Nix and saying, hey, that we're taking him at 13, or 12 or whatever the hell, and this is our franchise quarterback. Are you painting yourself into a corner, or did you see things from that Mickey Mouse offense that you think you're going to be able to extrapolate upon and expand and fit an NFL offense? Because this kid was not great at Auburn. He had some flash plays, but in a slightly more pro style offense, he was, forced out and decided to transfer, goes to Oregon.
Marty, what do you think, Marty?
Oh, that's pretty funny. Elway wants to be the only great quarterback in franchise history.
Do they not have Michael Mayer?
Yeah,
Also,
dude.
Michael Mayer. Yeah, they got a dangerous group of tight ends.
I would love to know what
Bowers.
Sean B thinks about this too. My goodness, what? He loves it. Okay, Bowers and DA. Maybe I just feel like there are a lot of other issues they could address, and they have a good tight end.
But
Quarterbacks
Brock,
are gone.
Michael Mayer is going to be your inline tight end, and Brock's going to be like a big slot.
He's your Kelsey.
If you're doing it right, he's going to be like a big slot. And that's tough because that's a little bit redundant with like Myers and Devontae. Like those, you like to be able to rotate those guys into the slot and take advantage of some matchups there. But Bowers is going to be a big slot. He's going to be a move tight end. He might split out wide. Like I don't think he's going to be in line very often at all. So pairing him with a young budding, more traditional tight end is kind of interesting. It's just like he's just going to be a weapon out there. So I don't think the tight end redundancy is an issue, but it's still kind of interesting because it's like, I don't know. They probably feel pretty good about the defense right now, but does he look mad? Oh shit. Yeah, Bowers
he doesn't look happy. He's got people shaking. Everybody else is celebrating.
And
Either his mom or girlfriend, whoever that is, had to shake the life back into him. Go ahead, sorry.
Marty, they brought Andre James back, right? They do need a little bit of help on the offensive line. Illuminor's gone.
The pick makes sense in the sense that quarterbacks are gone. Maybe they don't.
Is the best player available? Are they just saying, "Hey, we got multiple needs"?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean that's fine. I think
that. Gardner Minshew should be their starter.
And are you, Are you just tethered to Michael Mayer? Has he shown you enough to be like, well, we can't take even somebody who's nominally a tight end, we can't take because I think Brock Bowers is going to be a lot more dynamic than any real first round tight end we've seen recently. Noah Fant, any of these real true inline tight ends. I think he's just going to be a lot more dynamic. Yeah.
Marty
yeah. So you put him into the mix and you try to buoy that quarterback room with a lot of weapons. And,
can I say that I love this because
is this a Rattler landing spot?
The Colts will not be taking Brock Bowers, so I don't have to be dealing with having to rationalize this decision at 15. So
Colts is different.
That's a win, baby.
I've seen Bowers to the Colts, and I like Granson. I like Jelani.
Jelani Woods was out all year last year. Yeah, again, it's not the biggest need that they have. It's just not.
Yeah.
No. And there's plenty of talent, especially like I'm salivating over here because virtually none, or it hasn't been literally none. Yeah, literally none of the defensive talent is off the board yet. Mm-hmm. And I've been sitting here saying like, there's some rush guys, some edge guys that I would love to have right now. There's maybe even a corner or two. And welcome aboard. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Steve.
When I just looked, we were up 11
Well.
subscribers. We were up at 657. So we crossed 650, boys. We didn't see that.
Whoa, well, goddamn.
Dude, you might
okay, I don't know
see-
what happened. Thanks.
You might see Bowers in like a hyper use chick role early on.
Mhm.
For sure. I
You
can
know,
see
like
that.
he will do all kinds of shit. If you're able to be creative enough, with that Raiders staff is able to be creative enough, this will not be, this return on investment will be good. Like as long as you're able to diversify his utilization and scheme him and create advantages in the slot, create advantages at X when you want to put Devontae in the slot. I think you could get really, really interesting with Brock Bowers. So that's cool. And yeah, no defenders yet is fucking nuts.
Wild, dude.
Wild.
didn't
It
even
makes you wonder
realize.
where like Trayvon Walker would have went in this class. Simon and I were just talking about this now that Simon pops up.
Yeah.
We were talking about how weird the edge class is. Just texting and do no defenders off the board is so crazy right now. There's no
Yes,
Will Anderson. There's no, there's no corner there's no Derek Stingley. There's no corner at the top. There's no edge at the top. So some of the best defensive players in this draft are low value positions.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because interior defensive line, the way the market's starting to play out, that's starting to get valued a lot more highly by teams. The Christian Wilkins contract, Hargrave, so on. I feel like the first defender off the board is Byron Murphy.
I think it's Dallas Turner.
I think the edge class is just really underwhelming.
It is. I
Edge
mean,
is so weird.
for
The
the
top five
yeah,
guys
most
could
part it
go
is.
in any order, and I'd be like, yeah.
That's fair.
Like it's all kind of one tier. I feel like the game changer is kind of Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
The Rams were trying to get into the top 10, and I feel like it would have been for Murphy. Maybe they get into the mid-teens here and get that Aaron Donald replacement.
Yeah, they could trade up with the Colts or something. Yeah, okay. So Kirk Cousins wasn't told they're drafting Penix.
That's electric.
Dude,
That's electric.
that dude's marching around his living room like, fricker, crap, shoot. He's pissed.
Yeah, he's like, leave me alone for a second, Coop. I'll play catch in a minute.
Yeah. Don't step on Dad's Achilles.
Yeah.
That video made me laugh. He's just like wrestling with his kids, and he's like, "Where do I step?" And he's like, "Not there."
Oh, that's right, Marty. It's Getsy, isn't it? Yeah. Well, hey, maybe he'll figure it. Maybe you guys will figure it out. I mean, he's in these rooms. He's in these conversations. I mean, they're probably like, Marty? What do you think his response was? Assuming he's all the way in the loop when they said, "Hey, we like Michael Mayer. What do you think about Bowers right here?" Like, what do you like? Do you think he has that kind of stuff in his bag where he's going to be able to like deploy him wherever and create these advantages, or do you think, this pick is going to could have been better spent elsewhere based on how you feel like the offense is going to run this year? Because I did forget it was Getsy now.
The pick is in by
There might
the
be
way.
there might be 5 edge guys in the top tier league.
So it wasn't Cousins and
Vic?
Washington when they drafted Vic.
You mean RG3? They were in the
Who?
same draft class.
RG3
Yeah.
and Kirk were in the same draft. Yeah, 1st and 4th round.
One of the most
So he
decided
he,
decisions of all time.
Yeah, it sure was a
he
decision.
was Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was born in the dark, molded by it.
Dude, he was in the dark
Kirk
years
Cousins
of
has
the
always
Commander.
been in the QB competition. Kirk Cousins has always been facing a franchise tag. Kirk Cousins finally gets his 4-year deal, and they take fucking Michael Penix at 8. That
Dude.
is nuts.
I'd be pissed if I was him. I would not.
I'd be so pissed, actually.
That's what I'm saying. He's stomping around saying shoot.
That's really annoying. That's
Fricker.
really, really annoying.
You
That's what
guys,
I'm
you
saying.
mean you guys think it's wild to draft a 28-year-old quarterback who's torn the same ACL twice when you just paid big money to pay your starting quarterback? You guys think that's a bad idea?
Why do you give
I agree,
so
Marty.
much money to Kirk Cousins, who, by the way, I respect as a bag getter in the NFL because
Major bag getter.
so much guaranteed money is insane. Why on earth would you draft, like you just said, an old quarterback? He's also 24. He's left-handed, but whatever. That's not a fault of his. But also, yeah, his legs are destroyed. He's old. You just gave Kirk Cousins a bunch more money.
Yeah,
Like-
it's so odd.
It makes no sense.
It truly makes zero sense. I don't know what Kirk Cousins' contract looks like. Like, I don't think there's an out after 2
It's,
years.
There's kind of an out after 2. The guarantees. I think his 3rd year dead cap hits like 20.
Yeah.
So it's not a super clean out, but there's an out. And but it's weird because so you're sitting and we heard at the combine that when Atlanta before they tampered and got Kirk, before they started tampering, they were trying to trade up to 2 or 3 and hit a quote unquote brick wall. So if that's the case, right, it just means you couldn't get Drake May or whomever was their favorite of that top 3, right? So then you're sitting at 8 and you seem to have such a good feel about how things are going to fall early on. When you have the best package to move up, you have the highest move down spot for any of those teams. It means you like Penix significantly better than McCarthy, which I believe vehemently is the wrong opinion to have, especially if you're going to sit him behind Kirk Cousins for at least 2 seasons, unless you're just completely, fumbling every move you make this offseason.
You just have to be completely inept. Like,
right. So how long has this been the plan? Because I see, if I really, really squint, I see the vision of, this is the kind of guy who, if he pans out, plays the kind of game that Kirk Cousins plays and plays as sharply as Kirk Cousins does with his limited mobility and his limited, instincts and pocket awareness. So if that was your plan all along, you need to make that pick right now. You don't think you can take an edge or a cornerback to put opposite AJ Terrell that you've been flummoxed to find in free agency for the past 3 seasons since he emerged? You're gonna forego that and take your quarterback now?
Dude, the Colts are gonna get Dallas
When
Turner.
your division's up for the
right?
taking? No one in your division is good. Is that why you're taking a luxury pick? Because
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
crazy.
that bad in your division. You still need to try to win it. Baker's back, dude. Have fun, Falcons.
I love
It's
those 2
Mariota.
words. Baker's
Yeah, dude,
back.
we're gonna see Michael Penix on next season a quarterback just sucking.
That makes no sense to me. Meanwhile, while we've been chatting, Talise Fuaga has been drafted by the Saints, and my beloved Colts are on the clock, boys. 3 minutes left to go.
Kev, you know what to do. Get yourself front and center.
They
here.
added Joe Flacco. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
There we go.
It's disgusting. They
Dude.
added Joe Flacco.
He
as
plays
their
just like
backup.
Anthony
Oh, were
Richardson.
they catching a little bit of flack for that?
Ooh, I like butt up. Yes. Michaels was good too, though. My thoughts exactly. Okay, yes, arm strength wise, Flacco has a better arm theoretically than Gardner Minshew. I would argue that run last year was a bit of a fluke.
Flacco has a better arm for about 2 weeks in late December.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we're talking about a young quarterback who played 4 games last year. And I really think the Browns signed 2 people as backups that I would have rather the Colts have. So the Browns' third string quarterback is more adept, in my opinion, to back up Anthony Richardson than the guy that they paid multi-millions of dollars. I'm okay with paying a little extra for the backup quarterback, especially when you have a guy that's going to get hurt. But God, Joe Flacco makes
last
me
season,
sick.
just like looking around the league.
What an absolute
so many quarterback injuries. Yeah,
They should have got like Tyler Huntley. Like their games aren't that similar, but it's still like he's at least athletic.
Somebody who exactly. So you don't need to have 2 completely new playbooks, because that's what, like, Minshew, it doesn't play the same game as AR either, but you can call a lot of the same plays because at least he has some mobility. You cannot call the same plays for Anthony Richardson that you call for Joe Flacco. You could call read options with Flacco. Like half their offense last year was read options. What are you going to do with Joe Flacco in there? See, now we have multiple Raiders represented here. So I'm glad
Sean, tell us about it, man.
Shouts out to Sean being in the chat as well. Marty and Sean might be on different odds of the Bowers thing. I'm kind of with Sean on the Bowers pick, but everybody else is against us right now, Sean. They all are more optimistic about it, and I can understand that a little bit.
I'm trying to justify it a little bit. Marty's a good guy. I'm just trying to, but so okay, Kev. So as far as you like Kwity Paye, good run stopper. Going to set the edge. He's going to play through the whistle. Not a great pass rush plan all the time. But, you like having your Sam Hubbard to your Trey Hendrickson. You like having that guy who can set the edge in the run game and keep contained when they're passing. So I think, like, for the Colts, my favorite edge rusher is probably Laiatu Latu or Chop Robinson. I wouldn't hate a trade down and getting Chop Robinson, a guy who has probably the best get off in the class and probably the best natural bend and ability to turn the corner and get to the quarterback. Just to complement Kwity Paye, and then Diote Ingbo still in the building, of course. But Laiatu Latu has just this refined pass rush plan.
Oh,
and he's a true pass rusher. So I think, is the pick in?
Yeah, you called it. I'm glad you were there selling me on it, John, because I don't love this pick. So I'm glad you're here to make me feel better about it.
Nice.
Well, the whole time I was kind of hoping, like, maybe Jared Verse will fall to that. Latu was kind of my third pick here, as far as edge players.
I think you're in good shape.
He's not even the best edge. Latu's not even the best edge on the board. Like literally every defensive player is on the board. And so I don't know. I guess I'm hoping I misjudged my thoughts on this, because to me, can't believe they passed on Turner. Colts didn't even take the best edge. That's kind of how I feel. But hey, John, do you have more good things to say about Latu? Because that might help me a bit here.
Yes. So I had to was forced to medically retire from Washington.
Yeah. So was Jalen Phillips, though. I want to point that out.
Wonderful. Yeah, use your first round pick on a guy who's had to physically retire before. I love this even more.
Jalen Phillips started with that. Preface it with that. He sought a second opinion, took that second opinion and ran with it, and put on tape the best and most well-rounded pass rush repertoire of anybody in the class. This is the guy who might not have the highest ceiling of the edge class, but he's going to be the most pro ready, and he's going to have the highest floor, because nobody has a better array of moves as a pass rusher than Latu. He's a fine run stopper. He doesn't have the power of Jared Verse. He doesn't have the get off of Dallas Turner. But I think if you're looking for a known quantity in this class, on the defensive side of the ball, Latu is probably the closest thing you're going to get to it. And I think if you're Ballard and you're looking at this and you're saying, we like Kwity Paye long term. We have one of the better defensive tackle duos.
I didn't like him that much. I know that's what you're setting me up for.
We need a guy who is a pro-ready hand fighter, a pro-ready pass rusher, a guy who can cross chop, a guy who can swim, a guy who's got a spin move, a guy who can convert speed to power. It's Latu. He's my favorite edge in the class, but that he might be rookie of the year, and then in 4 years you like Dallas Turner's better. But I just think he is. It's funny, we're tight. He's just the most pro ready, and you hear this about like quarterbacks a lot, and you hear like, well, Kenny Pickett and Desmond Ridder are the most pro ready. But I feel like Latu is the most pro-ready edge. He's going to need the least amount of work. He's the most set-it-and-forget-it starter caliber edge in the class.
Bro, they got plenty of guys that can work with him there. Give me the guy with the untapped potential that the current players on the roster could. Yes. I don't want the guy who's already just okay, cool. We're going to get the most average guy who's going to be decent for 3 years because he's old and has most experience. And, oh, by the way, he's almost been forced out of the league. Well, he's got injury issues. This just feels like the most Chris Ballard pick of all time. Let's not take too big of a risk. Let's take somebody who will contribute a little bit early on. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record. Literally every defensive prospect in this class, you're telling me that this guy right here is the best defensive edge prospect in the entire league.
I think he is.
I hope
right this second I think he is.
Man, dude, this is crazy. I
hope he ends up being a Hall of Fame edge rusher. Just so Kevin just seems way off base.
Just like me last year. I'm like, Addison, dude, is he going to beat Press?
Yeah, you're like, I don't even know. And then he has an amazing rookie year.
Kevin O'Connell just schemes him up, and I'm a dumbass. Yeah.
Dude, I hope you guys are right. I hope you guys are right. I
hope I am too. I like him.
Didn't see him getting taken first on many draft boards as far as edge.
First defender off the board. Somebody won a lot of money. That's pretty wild, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh man! Wow, dude. Just Latu at 15, huh? I follow so many Colts guys. I gotta refresh Twitter once.
Happy with this pick. Something happened and the Colts sucked again, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think. I don't know. I'm outnumbered on this one.
It's kind of interesting. I'm playing. I'm mostly playing devil's advocate just because I've watched Latu, and I want to paint the green side of the fence. But I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Because you have your pick of the litter of all defenders in the class. So it's tough, I get it. But I like Latu. We'll see.
And we have guys there. Maybe they're not currently edge rushers, but you mean to tell me you can't pick the guy with the highest ceiling instead of the highest floor and say, hey, DeForest Buckner, hey, Grove Stewart, teach him a couple of things while he improves over a year or two. It's not like this team has a Super Bowl window right now that's closing. They can pick a guy who's going to be great in, 2 or 3 years, which is when they would hope their quarterback would be great. I don't understand. This is a perfect first round pick for a playoff team that needs a little help on the edge. Somebody that needs somebody to be good for a couple of years, but I don't know. I genuinely hope I'm wrong. But when you sit through and you watch 14 teams not pick a single defensive player, and then your team finally gets to pick defense, and then they pick the guy that all year you've had this would be my third option maybe. If this guy falls to us, all right, I won't hate it, I guess, but I don't know. So I don't. maybe I'm wrong. I just can't wait for somebody else to pick, so we don't have to talk about the Colts anymore. That's good. Well, James, we're even now. That's what I get for laughing at Joe Alt to the Chargers. Quick action karma. I like it. I'm just going to play John's hype tape on repeat until I talk myself into it, too.
Some would say you got what you deserved. I didn't say it. It's just that's a saying out there, right? Like I've
Heard that circulating.
I didn't create it, but
About to the spit take on my computer. Oh, well, there we have it, folks.
John, did you see this tweet by Diana Rossini?
Who's
Falcons
tweeting?
called Kirk Cousins when they were on the clock to let him know. From what I learned, Cousins understood a QB would be considered, but he did not believe a successor would be taken in the first round. I'm told he's a bit stunned.
I'm sick of Rossini, dude. She's been trying to blow smoke about Vikings quarterbacks for months. Oh, we already got JJ to JJ t-shirts
Yep.
getting made.
I like Marty's idea of free Jimmy Johns every time those two connect for a touchdown.
Yeah, Marty's onto something there. Jimmy Johns, Jonathan James, Justin Jefferson.
I was about to say we can finally turn the attention to Michael, but then I realized, no, John, you're still in front. Damn it. But we should. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like we haven't talked to Michael much about like what the Packers' needs are, what he thinks.
Yeah, Michael, are the Packers? What are the Packers doing,
bud?
Dude,
Are
Brian
they picking today?
They are eventually. My little header thing down. Oh,
I'll bring it back.
right there. The hashtag in Goo we trust. I went into this year's draft the past like few weeks being like, I really like Cooper DeJean, and then I was like seeing some tape on some tackles, and I was like, that'd be cool, but tackle in the first round isn't really like a thing that Green Bay does.
Packers thing. Yeah.
It's not a
Walker's
Packers thing.
bomb will be all right.
So going into it, and this happens for every fan base, but it's really, really popular and the most dreadful for Packers fans. There's always one player they fall in love with, that they would like sell their soul to see them in green and gold. And then that player gets picked by someone else, or we trade down, and then the fan base freaks out. And so Cooper DeJean is that player for Packers fans this year. If we get him, I'm pumped. If we don't get him, whatever. I trust Brian Gutekunst. I won't. It's not like last year when they took Lucas Van Ness, who I knew very little about, and was like, "What?" And then JSN was like, not even spectacular at all. So, safety makes sense, but the safety class is not that good. Well, there's a Seahawks pick.
What do we got?
Byron Murphy, defensive tackle. It makes sense.
Boom.
I really wish he got to 23. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Green 80 is going to be lit. He was going to come on. He'd probably be on a little bit later. I just texted him. Green 80 is going to be lit about Byron Murphy. He was worried they were going to take another secondary player.
Yeah. It would have been crazy if they took like a safety.
Ooh, Johnny, you're on the board again. Was that a trade up? That according to the draft, you're on the board. Oh, here it is. Jacksonville trades a pick to Minnesota. Minnesota now on the clock. I had to move you into the pilot chair here. I don't know what the
I was
details
just
are of
about
the trade.
to hop over. I was just about to hop over to Purple and Scold Media and take their temperature, but I'll wait a minute.
No time to swap. You're up.
Woo!
No time to swap, dude. God, when am I going to get a cigarette in? Holy
How's the guy going to rip a heater?
He's gonna
Honest
have
to
to do it
Christ.
after this. Wow.
Christ.
What are the
Why did they
thoughts
go
here?
up?
Byron Murphy just went. We're getting Jazon Newton.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be interior D line or
We can't let them both
corner.
go. Johnny Newton, he actually goes by Johnny now. So that's
Johnny
stock
Newton.
up. Stock is up. Trevor, you know what, dude? I got
Wow.
a spray bottle for people like you. I don't know where it's at right now.
Thank God he's not on here. He's so annoying.
No JJ trade. Stop it.
Entitled Casey.
Yeah, they're probably drooling over themselves because some boneheads didn't take Dallas Turner yet. So, they're probably like,
It could
oh,
be
hell
edge.
yeah. Let's go get that guy. Let's go take the best edge off the board, maybe.
It could be edge, but we've got Grenard, we've got the Gink Panther, we've got
Oh, this is actually like
not much
it's
else
23.
going
It's 23, a fifth, next year third, and next year fourth for 17.
on. Dude, open the war chest. We didn't give up
that.
shit for JJ, so that's fine. Dude, the war chest is full.
Oh, Roger Goodell. Roger, your lower button is exposed. It looks goofy, Roger.
Gone on
Fix it,
too long
please.
for him. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
He's in the green room, like just unbuttoning it.
I think he might be having a couple of drinks in the green room. Or maybe, maybe he's just got a vape pen, Maybe he's just got It's like, fuck
Oh, there
How
it
we
is.
feeling, John?
Did you not see it yet?
Everybody shut up.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
Oh,
either.
okay. James and I have.
I have seen it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Dude, Michael has the best Wi-Fi of any of us. He saw all the picks first last year too.
Yeah, 100%.
It's that California Wi-Fi. Silicon Valley.
Oh,
I hate
Nate,
this.
you're in trouble, dude.
I
Nate,
hate this
you
pick.
are
for
in trouble.
Dude, this is the move I was supposed to be celebrating. This was
You're in trouble. You're in
should have
trouble.
been
Dude,
me,
Latu-
damn it.
Why would you take
Should
him
have
before
been
Turner?
Keep him there for 200 years. He'll get you there.
Kev, Latu sucks. Why would they take him before Turner? That's crazy. Dude.
Yeah.
Latu's got
Latu
nothing
has a
going for
higher
him.
floor but a lower ceiling, dude.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
why I was
Dallas
saying
Turner's
that
only
they
gonna go
should
up.
have taken him.
So hence you take him higher in the draft. That's where I'm over here like, hey, this guy fell to us. Isn't that wild? And the Vikings are like, here's all of our picks for next year to get that guy. Mother of God damn it. It's all like I'm just mad because of the tease, That's why I'm mad about it. It's just like, oh, everybody takes nothing but tackles and quarterbacks for the first half of the first round, and we still don't get the best guy for the job. Damn it, dude! How do you do this, man?
I wonder what Pat McAfee thinks of the Latu pick. I was
Oh,
gonna
I
have
love
the
it.
stream
He's
pulled up for the Bill Belichick part, but too much going on.
I think he's probably
Take me
if
away,
I had-
Marty.
He's probably
Take me
saying
away,
something
dude.
like, "That guy is a dog." He's a
Shut
hype.
up.
Yeah. Yes, that's good.
Yeah,
No, you're
shut
good.
up, Latu.
Shout out Latu.
That's good. Yeah, see, I can't do it. That's good. Oh my God, dude. I'm happy for you, John. This is good. Man,
Thanks,
dude.
man.
This is must feel nice to get what you want on draft night.
You know what's
that.
funny is Dallas Turner wasn't on my radar at all. And I would have preferred an interior penetrator like a Johnny Newton, but now this means you can play Van Ginkel a little bit off ball a little bit more. Get really interesting with him. NASCAR fronts are going to be ridiculous. You're going to have Van Ginkel over a B gap, probably in a 2-point stance. You're going to get Dallas Turner in a 2-point stance going nuts. He played off ball more than you might think at Alabama. He hit the skull clap in his interview. That's excellent news. Just going from a powerhouse program like Alabama to another powerhouse program like the Minnesota Vikings of the NFL. I mean, that's a dream come true. Wow, dude, Dallas Turner, I didn't see that coming at all. Nate's in shambles. Call Nate, dude. What the Nate's in shambles. Michael's keeping it together pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it, but like Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker.
Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker, you guys are set. You fuckers, you get a 4th round guard or tackle, and you're good for 8 years. It's ridiculous.
Dude, we're gonna get like a 7th round tight end, then we're gonna make gain 50 pounds and become a tackle, and he's gonna be the next David Bakhtiari.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Daniil and Kirk perfectly replaced. Exactly, dude. Give us a comp pick, too. Why not? If we got to there's some stupid shit about Dalton Reisner where we have to bring him back by the 29th in order to qualify for a 3rd round comp pick. Some comp pick formula forks in the road coming up, but who gives a shit, dude? We got J.J. McCarthy. We got Dallas Turner. A couple of kids playing in the Natty.
Didn't they?
Winners.
Wasn't there just like a clip of Dalton Reisner being like interviewed about signing back with the Vikings or whatever, and he was like just like a super prick about it?
Yeah, he's saying how he wants an average guard contract, which in this market is probably like 10 mil. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, man, why were you on your couch until September then?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you know? How good are you? There's 31 other teams.
I love that Justin Pugh has like fully committed to the straight off the couch thing.
Yes.
As whereas
I
like Dalton
that.
Reisner, who's also straight off the couch, is like, I am a starting guard in this league.
Yeah. Dude, just embrace the Jason Peters arc. Just, go bionic and just wait for the call in week 7.
Put on double knee braces and go play in Miami
Yes.
for like a small playoff run.
Yes, exactly, dude. PJ Tucker it for a while, dude. It's all you got. Oh man, this is crazy, dude. The Vikings are drafting JJ McCarthy in the same year that the Wolves are going to win the finals. I can't believe this is my life.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you guys see that the comp for JJ McCarthy was Alex Smith? It's not like terrible.
That'll get
Like,
you.
Yeah,
That'll
you know
get you in the
what?
dance.
He could scoot a little bit back in the day.
he had like regular mobility.
Yeah.
Like,
pre
He's faster than me.
And he played well for the Chiefs.
accidents. Yeah, he was.
I mean, he
pretty
lost
good.
his job to Pat Mahomes, and he was just kind of old on the way out. Like it's
He also lost his job to Kaepernick, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
McCarthy's not losing no jobs, dude.
yeah, but I mean, Jim Harbaugh was making
McCarthy's not
those
losing no games,
Dude,
let alone jobs.
history shows that he's lost 3 out of like 90 or whatever.
61-3
Yeah.
lifetime as a starting quarterback. Jonathan James McCarthy, and I usually don't trust Jonathans. My full name on my birth certificate is just John. I usually don't trust Jonathans, but if you're going to abbreviate it, you're going to do acronyms. I can roll with that.
You're just John?
I'm just John. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's just
I
John.
called you
Just
Jonathan
John.
before. I am so sorry.
Listen, there's no Jonathans in the Bible.
Are you just Kev?
Yeah, right. I thought, see, I have a whole thing where like I'm anti other Kevins as well because it's like a Highlander thing where it's like I want to be the
I am
best
the only
Kev.
Kevin.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
the
I want
only
to.
one.
I see them all as like this Mortal Kombat ladder that it's just like I have to make sure I have a stack ranking, So I just thought it was something like that, John. But no, you're saying it's you're the one true John. The rest of them
Yes.
are Jonathans. I get it.
Yes, the delineation occurs at the letter H.
Hmm.
And that's where the line in the sand is, because I'll tell you right now, I've never met a reputable JON or someone who prefers Jonathan. Hey, call me Jonathan, probably not a great guy.
Jonathan Grenard.
Can't trust him.
I got you.
That's what was tough. That's what was tough.
Colts legend Jonathan Bender. Yeah.
Colts,
Pacers legend.
yeah.
Pacers legend.
Pacers
Yeah,
legend.
wrong
Yeah,
sport.
I was gonna say. Yeah, that's why I didn't
Might as
want
well
Jonathan
been at Colts.
Kuminga back in the Wiggins deal. You know, there's a lot of stigma around the no H.
IO. Sorry. I thought I heard the wrong thing. Sorry. I live in Columbus. Sorry. It's if you don't say it, you get punched. So
Oh, H.
it is like IO. IO. Don't hit me.
Roger Goodell off a few cocktails.
They
I like it.
okay. Amarius.
A lot of
Mims.
Packers media.
And we have an
had-
old friend, John.
Don't trust him, Trev.
Can't trust
Don't
him. We
trust
should have
him.
known. We should have known.
Think back on your interactions with this no H John. And
It makes
see-
sense. A lot of
yeah,
things
see-
make sense now.
Yeah, it'll be a very Shutter Island experience. It'll be like the end of that movie. You'll just be like, oh, geez, you're right. He
Oh my
was.
God, are these Stetson Bennett highlights?
That was him.
Was he never funny or cool? Holy shit, you're right. No, I'm sure he's a good guy. If you guys have vetted him,
We vetted him, but it makes
you're gonna
sense.
want to thoroughly vet those no H
Yeah, I think
Johns.
we got to be careful.
Okay, all right.
I think John might be onto something, but I can't say too much. Michael, were you saying something about Mims earlier?
Oh yeah, a lot of Packers media people and like some independent like creators like fell in love with Amarius Mims. I'm not gonna like bash him in any way. I don't know much about him. I know that he's like huge and has like 8 college starts. Those are the 2 things I know about Amarius Mims. So I have like no feelings about him being gone. There's probably like a small group of Packers fans that are like bummed about it just because of that little bit of hype amongst the fan base. But
Yeah, just one of the like largest balls of clay most people have ever set eyes on.
yeah,
So that's,
he's
that's kind of
he
the
is a
draw
ball
there. Is yeah, it's just like this kid like he picked up football late.
Yeah.
That whole
Oh,
thing,
okay.
that whole Jordan Mailata thing, that whole, hey, this guy, it's that Bill Belichick, that old Bill Belichick adage of there's only so many guys on the planet that are as big as this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if Bill Belichick got to the Undertaker before he became like a wrestler.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame left tackle.
Yeah.
you would have had epic. That would have been epic.
Probably got called for holding a
For
lot.
career.
Probably had this inane urge to just grab people by the throat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know I can't understand why, but I just feel a need to do this.
774 career snaps. Yeah, exactly. So he's just, he's one of those guys that you sort of the way the route the Steelers took with like Broderick Jones is something that makes sense for Mims. Just being able to, he's a luxury pick kind of pick, ideally. Ideally, you don't need him to start right away, but you might have an all-pro in 2 years. Like he's just got that kind of crazy physical skill set, and he's the acumen he's developed in such a short amount of time at the position is pretty tough to come by. So he's an interesting one. Not opposite a lot too, right, Kev?
I've calmed down now.
Dude.
You know,
If the Steelers get Fotnu, we're gonna have to get Simon on here. I think Simon had Fotnu as his offensive tackle 2 on his board.
Oh,
Yeah, Rams
well,
haven't picked in the first round since 2016 when they took Jared Goff.
Yeah, they just were running through all of the, they were doing that Sports Center thing where they're like, here's all the things that are different between now and 2016. It was like Tom Brady only had half his Super Bowls the last time they picked him in the first round.
Yeah.
Then he held that first round pick to 3 points in the big game.
Yeah, Tom
not,
Brady.
not that Tom did it. It was mostly my defensive coordinator, Brian Flores. That's neither here nor there.
I would say, all right, Skip Bayless. You give him Tom Brady credit for everything now.
Colts legend Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah. He's the only reason they won 3 of the games they won in the Matt Ryan year, or one of the games.
Yeah.
I remember that Broncos Colts game where both teams just tried to lose. And
You remember that Justin Jefferson double whip route in the low red zone?
no, I don't remember. No.
Oh, did you? My bad. Did you block that out?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I drank. I was. Not only was that a bad day, I was also in Nashville. So not only did I have to sit there and watch that on the TV,
Yeah.
but when I got done eating my lunch, I had to go look out at that disgusting sight that is, what is it, Nissan Stadium?
Oh,
I mean,
so
First of all, name
God's
your
country.
stadium after a legitimate car, okay?
God's
Nissan
country. God's
Stadium.
country.
You
Bro,
can
chill
see
out.
if you guys have ever read any H.P. Lovecraft, then you know what the water around the stadium looks like because there's little
Travis.
Cthulhu monsters
Ooh.
floating around.
Fucking invited.
I'm kidding, guys.
Oh.
I really love Nashville.
He's not, though.
I just I know I love Nashville.
Kev blew me
not-
off in Nashville one time. Like I was like a scorned lover.
That was Nate's
That's
fault.
true story.
actually.
That's true story.
That's why Nate left.
We were supposed to
after
meet up,
Chewy.
and he just ghosted me. Just whoosh,
It's Nate's
left
fault.
me on red, boys.
Yeah, I'm
Speaking
gonna
of-
blame Nate for a lot of things when he's not here.
Oh, it's the key.
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
pick is in. Woo. There we go. Oh, Jared Verse.
Jared
Mm.
Verse.
Wow. So they didn't go Johnny Newton then. So they're gonna have Jared Verse, Byron Murphy, Michael Hoyt, Kobe Turner. That front's gonna be just fine.
Huh.
This is a powerful edge rusher. Jared Verse. Good bull, good speed to power, can set the edge as a run stopper. Interesting pick for the Rams. Maybe now they won't have to start 310-pound Michael Hoyt at the stand-up edge. I can play in 7-tech.
Trev, do you guys have to draft a receiver because the only one you have is going to be suspended, or is it too soon to say that?
Ooh.
They got Kadarius Toney.
The Tune Man. I love me some Kadarius Tooney. Andy Reid's keeping holding him down though. Won't release him.
Dude, Andy rolled. I don't know where that came from. Andy Reid. I don't know how this keeps happening to players. Just he's such a likable dude, and then it's just like, oh, this happens to a Chiefs player, and then like Kareem Hunt, that happened. They dropped him immediately. They're not going to do it with Rashee Rice, and
Steelers at 20.
Yeah, Trev knows. Reid knows, man. Basketball update, Kev. 76ers beat the Knicks. Joel Embiid,
Ooh.
casual,
Oh.
50 points. He
Wow.
said, not today,
Ooh.
Knickerbockers. Not
how many
today.
from the free throw line?
Look,
I'm
he
looking up
looked-
right
he looked
I hope
so
it's like
hot.
now.
I hope it's something absurd like 40.
It was quite absurd. 19 to 21.
21 free throws.
19 from the field.
I mean, at least they won by 11. If that was like a 4-point win, I was going to say
Yeah.
stick a fork in them because if it takes 50 to barely win,
Ew.
you're not going to win that series. But okay,
I just saw the Magic kick the shit out of the Cavs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought that was
almost
sweet.
40.
The Magic are honestly unstoppable at home.
Kev, are you going
Brunson
to the
39 and
Pacers game
13
tomorrow?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make the Pacers game tomorrow. I kind of had forgotten that I had already had a recording commitment. So is going to make the 3 out. The 5:30 time doesn't help me much.
Such a fucking awful time. What are they doing?
But there is a chance game 4 is Sunday at 7. So that is not off the table yet. But yeah,
Magic are 29 and 12.
Slim chances. Yeah, I got really excited because I normally don't record anything on Friday. So when I saw, I was like, "Ooh, Friday 5:30, I could probably make that." And I forgot that.
Are you cheating on me and recording with somebody else?
I had already committed. Oh, it's a clout route. Actually, it's time for a good ad. It's a member. It's our first members only stream at the clout route because we hit partner over there. Me and the homies.
Killing it over there.
We're playing a little TCAP bingo. So it's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to watch episodes of To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen, and we have bingo cards. And I've got a little word bank of things that happened on that show. And, if you want to drink along, you can.
So you're playing To Catch a Predator bingo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. TCAP bingo, baby.
I kind of want to watch
members
this.
only.
I'm quite intrigued right now.
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator bingo.
Yeah.
You probably would believe it if you think about it. A lot of the guys who get caught on that show have the same excuses. They say and do some of the same dumb things.
Oh, for sure.
And so, in light of I didn't want to make it like a drinking game, so I figured let's do it just like a bingo card. And then
right.
When then you have your little I got one, and and it's like, oh, he did the thing. So yeah, it's really just an excuse to have a little fun at all the memeable moments from Chris Hansen's. Well, I don't know however you feel about TCAP. It was on one hand some great work, like they're doing a great thing by catching these people, but also it just had some really hilarious moments too, where you're like, I kind of feel bad laughing at this, but at the same time, it'll be some fun. I think we'll have some fun. But yeah, that's what I'm doing on Friday.
It'll be cool.
And I got to give it to the clout routers over there because we hit 500 subs, and now they actually donate money to us. So now they're my bosses. I have to do what they tell me. That's they don't really advertise that when they're like, hey, dude, you should make YouTube partner. And then people are like, now I'm your boss. You work for me now. So be careful, guys. Like and subscribe though while you're here. We do appreciate you.
I'm thinking going to the draft next year.
Where's it at next year?
Green Bay.
Oh yeah, dude. That'd be worth the trip.
It's hard to not go because I told myself either I'm going to go to a game next year or I'm going to go to the draft. If I can swing both, great, but probably not. So they'll have more games, but they're probably never, ever going to host the draft again. I don't know how they're getting away with it, but because there's 275,000 people in Detroit right now. And Detroit is designed for events like this.
Green Bay is not.
I think it'll go well. I think it'll be fine. People can stay in Oshkosh and whatever, travel. That's what Wisconsin is. But that might be the most people will ever be around at one point. 275,000 people is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I was almost at this one because Detroit's about as close as it gets for me, unless it's in Indianapolis. About the same distance either way. But the plans didn't work out, so I'll be keeping my eye out on it. But I agree with Trevor. I think you have to go, especially when it's your team. And part of me isn't too upset because the Lions aren't my team, and now I'm like, okay. At some point, they do the combine in Indianapolis every year. At some point, they'll do the draft. They'll do a draft there at some point, I would imagine. But
right,
and hopefully, I'll just get to go see it then. Ooh, the Steelers pick is in, by the way.
Yeah, they're bringing out Cameron Hayward to announce it. At least I think that's Cameron Hayward. Oh, because he's the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Well, hey, a lot of the other a lot of other Colts fans and content creators are happy with the Latu pick as well. So hey, I will be glad if I look like the idiot. That'll be the best case scenario for me. I'm loving that everybody else is excited about it. That makes me feel a little better.
I, in my mock draft, had the Colts taking Brock Bowers purely for my Anthony Richardson agenda.
Well, that would have been my consolation prize, right? Like if they
Right.
had gone Bowers, I still would have been disappointed knowing, in my opinion, that the defense needed more, and also just being a huge Jelani Woods stan. He was hurt all of last year, and
Right.
I would
I also like Jelani Woods.
but I would have still at least had that as a back. Like, well, hey, I get to see AR and Bowers. Like that's gonna be nice. And like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be doing any Madden rebuilds with that. That's like, okay, I'm buying this year's Madden and I'm playing with the Colts a lot.
I've played with them this year. They're my other team that, oh, yeah, you're the one that guessed it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Simon's gonna love that pick.
Who they get?
Troy Fontana.
Troy Fatanu.
Oh,
Fontana,
there it is.
yeah.
Okay, now it just popped up. Yeah, isn't that who John was saying? That he had him as like his he being Simon, had him as like a top 2 or top 3 lineman on his board. He's gonna be thrilled about that.
There's something about the state of Pennsylvania and just having Samoan linemen.
Oh, that's right too.
Weird migration pattern.
The Eagles always do it. The Steelers, they like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's funny.
Honestly, for the league, I shouldn't just say state of Pennsylvania. Like, they're just, I don't know. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick for him. Okay. I don't know. The Steelers worry me, man. Mike Tomlin, so they're going to win at least 8 games just because Mike Tomlin's the coach. They could
It's
have
going to be Justin
us-
Fields' best 8 games of his career.
that, and that I agree. I think Russell Wilson, I don't know. I hope it's not from injury, but I'm not sure if he's still got it. And I'm a believer in Justin Fields, and I think Fields can learn a few things. Like, I believe that Russell Wilson learned tons about being a great quarterback in his time. I'm not saying he never was good. I just think maybe his time has passed. But I think it's a perfect combination. Fields behind him for half a season or whatever, and I think Russell's going to struggle, and then Fields is going to come on and make the Bears look like idiots for moving on from him just 1 year too early. Or maybe he never would have succeeded there, and maybe they're the problem. But I had to wait for Nate to leave to say that.
James, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I joined the studio early, and I was like, hey, I'm going to eat. So I'm just going to stay in like the waiting room. And Nate just like threw a random stray at me for zero reason while I was in the middle of eating. I couldn't even defend myself.
Yeah, we got Nate's wild, man. I mean, it's wild.
It was great, dude. Nate just always wants to throw shade.
Yeah. He gets a potentially good quarterback.
Yeah, he's one quarterback in his lifetime, and now he's gonna fucking throw shade.
Yeah.
Come out firing from the hip. Act like you've been there before, Nate.
He hasn't.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is he has.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
I, however, have been there my entire life. That's the one thing
That's what I got for you.
That's one thing I'm so not prepared for is the day that eventually we have a quarterback that's not good.
Someday it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, let me tell you.
There was that 2 months where Jordan Love was a little iffy at the beginning of the season.
Now you're great again. Like, fuck, man.
That was the most stressful most stressful time I've ever had watching football.
Like, is this the guy? Really? This is our champion?
when it finally does end, it ends though. I mean, because the Colts had Manning and then Luck, and then wow, it's just been awful since then. My goodness. Hopefully now it's all better, but whoo, yeah. Those years are dark and they're cold, but
That
you've
is
got
Jacoby
another
Brissett
decade.
standard, and I will not stand for it.
Okay, for another decade. Us
I
peasants over
do
here.
love Jacoby.
Also,
Jacoby's
like
one of the best backups.
Kevin's got not much to talk about either. They went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, so let's not act like it was that bad over in Colts country.
That's what I
Two-
said. After Luck, though, it was horrible.
Oh wow, you had 4 years. Now you've got an injury
I
from
wish
quarterback, so hopefully it's another 20.
I wish it were only 4 years ago. Well, maybe. I don't know. Time kind of stopped in 2020, but
Yeah, that was a weird time in our lives. We're gonna look back on that with like some what the fuck? What happened?
yeah.
I'm nervous about Jacksonville being before Green Bay in the realm of possibility of Green Bay getting Cooper DeJean. That's
yeah.
my one. This is my one team I'm scared about being above Green Bay.
Yeah, Josh, you did. You missed it.
Oh yeah,
It was a ride, dude.
he went wild.
I think
good.
everyone's having a better time than I am, Josh. But everyone tells me I should be happy about the
I
Colts
know you
pick,
shouldn't.
so
You're a Colts fan. Don't ever be happy.
I'll have a
I hope
time
you're
with it
sad
later.
forever.
And Michael's kind of sweating it out right now. He was just
Yeah,
talking
Michael's a
about
little nervous right now.
Jacksonville's the
I'm
one
a little
team.
nervous, but
Who was it? Vaughn, right? Rayshawn Vaughn went to Seattle. Safety of theirs, I'm a big fan of. But yeah, I don't know. And those edge guys that people earlier in the chat were talking about, like, oh man, Jacksonville could grab this edge guy, pair him with Allen. Those are kind of off the board. So maybe it's what else?
they could take Chop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'd be cool with that. Wow. I got so used to Mike McDaniel's all off-white outfit. It's weird seeing him in a suit that's like business colored.
Michael Mel Kiper has Coop as his best
one
available
available, yeah.
right now. So there you go.
Dude, every single mock draft I've seen for the past week and a half has been Cooper DeJean to Green Bay, which means that it won't happen.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
So many mock drafts I've seen leading up had the Titans at Joe Alt and the Chargers not taking a tackle. God, we all got hoodwinked. We forgot who they were.
I wonder who I had the Titans taking in my mock draft I did.
I had them getting Alt.
I don't remember. I also probably had them getting alt.
Yeah, whenever Alt was there, that's how I had them going. Oh, we got another one.
I had them
Thank
getting alt.
you.
Come on down, folks. The water's fine.
Wad 51. Actually, that reminds me. I'm gonna go ahead and look. I think we had a couple other ones I didn't get to
Still
shout out
there.
earlier.
That's
Oh,
street
the
relevance
Dolphins
is
took
pretty
Chop.
cool, Kev.
Ooh.
Dolphins took Chop.
Shouts out to Dustin and Steve as well. And the Dolphins took Chop Robinson, as Michael just said. Wow. Heck yeah. And shout out to new subscribers.
I wasn't able to block the stream elements before I got on the stream like I did the last time we tried to use it.
Hey, it was
What is this? Get out of here.
It's this time we knew about it ahead of time. But yeah, the stream elements thing will be very cool.
Kev has got to
We'll
know
do-
when I'm in charge. He has to warn me of what's happening. Or I'll just block them all. I've blocked a clout router before. I've blocked stream elements.
This is kind of like a pretty good pick for Miami in the sense that Jalen Phillips tore his ACL like pretty late into the season for them. Not pretty late, but you don't want to rush him coming back. And it's not like you're committed to Jalen Phillips forever. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty good pick. They also lost long blonde-haired guy that was on Van Ginkel. I think it's Andrew Van Ginkel. I think he left, right? Did he leave Miami this year?
I'm not sure exactly. They had a lot of movement down there.
I might be crazy. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah. Because he went to the Vikings. I remember John and I were talking about.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's actually a really good pick by Miami. Because if he would have fallen and was still there for Green Bay, I would have been like, oh, we don't need it. But actually, we're in a 4-3 now. I don't know what we're gonna do on the line. Yeah, Ben equals a Vike. Okay, don't take Cooper DeJean. Don't take Cooper DeJean.
Ben says Terry and Arnold, which I
Cool.
believe is what he was wanting earlier.
Eagles can have Terry and Arnold. Jacksonville can have Kool-Aid McKinstry, and I want Cooper DeJean.
You know, at this point, yeah, it's time. Michael's got to be in the captain's chair at this point, unless there's another trade coming.
Yeah, they'd have to trade with Philadelphia, and I don't think they do that.
We got the Eagles and the Jags here, so you're kind of in the position John was in earlier, where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, we got a couple of teams, a couple of threats to the throne here.
I feel like if Cooper DeJean goes, if Cooper DeJean goes, which like who maybe the Packers hate Cooper DeJean. I don't know. Then I fully expect a tackle. If they don't take a defender, I fully expect Graham Barton, probably somebody with flexibility, because that's what Green Bay does. They don't take guys in the first round, but all the guys are flexible. There's a whole debate right now about whether or not we should keep Zach Tom, a Pro Bowler, at well, not necessarily a Pro Bowler, but a Pro Bowl talent at tackle, or we should move him to center where he's a Hall of Famer. And it's apparently the Packers see Zach Tom as a Hall of Fame center and a pretty good tackle. So there's like a whole conversation now amongst Packers fans being like, oh, we should put Tom at center and draft a tackle. And I think that's overthinking it, but whatever. Plus Zach Tom isn't going to want to take the massive pay cut from tackle money to center money. So.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. With how much money Penei Sewell just got paid, there's no way I'm moving to center.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, hey, ooh.
Okay.
The pick is in. Eagles pick is in.
I told myself I wasn't going to get nervous, and now I'm nervous.
I once again almost got. I hate ESPN had better fix their presentation for this next time. They got to stop having the pick is in, cutting to a player, and having the player's name sitting right next to the pick is in. It really makes it look like you're telling me this person is the pick. Just put it anywhere else on the screen. Like, this is you got so much screen. Yeah, you're right. I gotta wait for the commish.
Yeah, wait for Roger Goodell's rosy cheeked, because he's had 3 martinis face. I wonder what he does back there, because he's back there for like 10 to 12 minutes at a time.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
I miss being in Roger Goodell's basement, which sounds really funny to say like out loud, but
so yeah, it's such an odd thing to say, but it's correct.
Yeah, the draft in his basement was like super cool.
What is Trev's problem? Like, what's he? Listen, like, why's he got to come out like the woodworks like this? What's what the fuck, man? Listen, he got paid today too. Like, why we got to bring up my demons?
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown was the highest paid receiver for a day and a half.
Yeah. Trev, we good now. We got Calvin Ridley and D-Hop. Mayo man tossing touchdowns to him. We're good.
Speaking of highest paid receivers, John, what do you think Justin Jefferson's getting now that the price tag is only going up?
AJ Brown got $32 million a year.
Listen, Justin Jefferson will get whatever he commands. I want to give him a Mahomes contract so we can restructure every 2 years and keep things moving. I want to give him a contract. I want to give him a contract with an AAV that we'll never see on a given year, because we'll keep extending and restructuring. And
You just don't even know who you're paying him. You're just giving him money.
You don't. It's all. Yeah, exactly.
Give him a Bobby Bonilla deal.
It's all ambiguous. Give him a Bobby Bonilla. Give him a
Good old
goddamn
Shohei
you know,
contract.
like the way. I mean, granted, he's probably going to want to reset the market multiple times, betting on himself. So you're probably looking at a 4-year deal.
Oh, I get suspended for betting. Got it. I'm in.
And if you're looking at a 4-year deal, I mean, you're talking 140, 140, 100 guaranteed, 140, 90 guaranteed.
Oh, they're talking about the Brazil game. I was like, why is he taking so long to announce?
Yeah, I don't
Brazil
like this.
game.
Yeah, the opening game for the Eagles. is
Oh,
Packers.
yeah. Yeah, because travel and recuperation isn't as
Doesn't
strenuous. Isn't strenuous
Dude.
enough on these athletes. That's fine.
Honestly, I agree, but I will say it's kind of like a mini buy because it's like on a Friday and then they get back and then they have like longer in between games.
Yeah, on the front end.
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like with the in the context of like the end goal, like are you looking to globalize the game and
Right.
standardize a Brazil game each year like you do with the London one? Like that's just gonna, I don't know. And I like the global reach, and I like getting more eyes on the game. I like these international fans being able to see viscerally an NFL game in person. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like how America likes to police the world, and it's like, hey,
Okay. It's not
isn't
Cooper
your
DeJean.
first obligation to the domestic citizen? Like it's like these
Right.
players don't need to. These players' tax dollars don't need to go to the Middle East.
Right.
But
Does Quinton Mitchell look upset?
Yeah, he doesn't look happy.
He
is
looks
he having a Brady Quinn day?
He looks very upset. Is he like a different NFC East team fan or something?
Yeah, why would you be mad about going to play for the Eagles?
Yeah, that seems awesome.
That's a really good fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's interesting.
I'd be
yeah,
pumped.
He's my
Me and my
starting one of my
Me and
favorite
Ben have
corners
been
in the
talking about
draft.
this.
He does not seem very pumped.
He gets to go play
Ben-
for a playoff team immediately. You would think.
Yeah, they were just in
Ben
the
should
Super
have a
Bowl 2
comment
years
coming
ago.
about Quinion. Benny, what do you think about Quinion Mitchell? Average to above average size, 4.32? 4.33
So-
at the combine? Dominated the
thing-
Senior Bowl?
The thing about Brazil I want to bring up. So they allow their opponents to wear green, but the home team can't wear green. It's an overall ban on the color green, but they let opponents wear green. It's just the home team or any fans for the home team can't wear green. So
Why's that?
theoretically, the Eagle it's because
Dude.
they're the Brazil's soccer team, like their biggest rivals, wear green.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wild.
So
Like,
theoretically,
I love it, actually.
the Eagles could wear their whites, and then the Packers
like
could
it.
wear their greens, which Brazil is a massive Packers country. So it just make it more of a home game.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a way to get around it, but it's also not like a law. Like
How do they feel about Kelly Green?
Yeah, like, can we bend the
Somebody-
rules a little bit?
somebody also pointed out that they could wear their all black alternates, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're playing in a country that's not America, if you're playing like American football, you should probably wear your most like iconic uniforms, which isn't their black alternates. So yeah, I would go Kelly Green over black alternates.
Yeah, go with Kelly Green. Absolutely.
Yeah. Eagles are the home team, but I mean they can choose to wear white if the venue is like no green.
We'll just get those like 1950s Packers throwbacks.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, right. We could get those going.
The Eagles should have an away version of their Kelly Greens. Well, yeah, they have green on them, but
I
Not
think
for
Herm
me,
Edwards is. I think Herm Edwards' fumble 6 against the Giants in '83 was in an away Kelly Green.
Yeah, they should get a white alternate of the Kelly Greens. I think that'd be a clean look.
Yeah, I think they were on the road for that. Oh, maybe not.
Quinyon Mitchell's comparison is Jair. Interesting.
That's weird.
I
That's
don't
weird.
agree
to
with
me.
that.
That's very weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't see Quinion. I don't see Quinion as having like the oily hips that Jair has with that inside outside flexibility.
Right.
Like Quinion to me is more of a straight line athlete, beat your ass on the boundary.
Mhm.
You
Ooh,
know,
Jaguars pick is in.
cover 1, cover 3, corner, quarters.
Why are they all
corner.
still standing up? You guys can sit down now.
Wait, what? Who's all standing?
They showed the Eagles war room and they were all just still standing up.
Uh,
Sit down, guys.
I just want to get to the Packers pick.
It's almost here.
25?
25, my man.
25.
25.
Real quick in the interim, Lakers are off to a hot start, ready to
Yep,
hurt their
they
fan
can,
base again.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. They have no chance. The Nuggets just got their number, man.
The Nuggets are just so prepared to take their best punch early and then just adjust.
Just don't worry about it yet.
Yeah. Pick is in for Jacksonville.
I accidentally just saw it on Twitter. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, no.
Jacksonville needs Johnny. It could be a big Johnny Newton spot here. Jacksonville has a big need there, but you could see them. I could see them go corner. Darius Williams just walked. Terry Arnold.
If it's Kool-Aid,
Terry Arnold.
I'd be fine with Kool-Aid too. I want to put that out there. I'm not just
Kool-Aid,
Cooper
Nate
DeJean no matter
Newman.
what. But
Coop. Could be Coop here.
if they take Coop, I want Kool-Aid.
I wonder how much they'll value his versatility. Because you could be looking at Brian Thomas Jr. to Jacksonville. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But you could have tagged Calvin Ridley and just extended Josh Allen since you're going to extend Josh Allen anyway.
Or you
Oh,
didn't.
he's such a dipshit.
And guess where Calvin Ridley is now, boys?
Yeah, you guys are going to have fun. The Jags are such a dumpster fire. They should.
Yeah,
they
they're
should
a mess.
be-
They let
They
him
should
leave
be-
and go intra-division. Like, that's so for the same amount of money.
They
That
should
is
become
same
the
exact
Anchorage
amount of money.
Aardvarks or something.
And they used the tag on Josh Allen for no reason. It's a no-brainer extension. They just bought themselves a few weeks in the negotiation
They screwed
For
that
what?
up so bad.
to try to penny pinch a couple mil. Use the
Yeah.
tag on Calvin Ridley. You don't have to spend 24 on or 23 on Brian
Yeah.
Thomas Jr. You can dip into the depth at receiver in this class, and you can actually address a more pressing need that you didn't just create.
Yes, you created
month-
this.
a
You
couple
created
months
this
ago.
need. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
mad about it at all, but it's such a mismanaged situation. Like, what were you
Weird
thinking?
pick is right, Trevor.
And then they let him.
Weird pick is
to let him
right.
go intra-division is bad.
Yes. Yeah, that just compounds it.
Him
Now
and
you
D
gotta see
Hop
him
is
twice a year too.
fun. Chig, I'm the Rocket Man throwing to him. I'm excited. Titans are gonna be.
I will
They're
say
gonna be good. They're gonna be fun.
Jaguars are bringing back their throwback jerseys, and I am excited for that.
Yeah, I'm about that too. They're their best jerseys they've ever had.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
But weird pick. I don't get it. They literally have Gabe Davis. That's a joke.
Yeah. I'm with you guys though. It has been mismanaged. I, of course, get some heat from some Jags fans. Somebody had asked. It was Mike Patton touring the AFC South. He said, which is what I agree, that it was the Texans division right now as it stands. They're probably the best team in the AFC
Yep.
South. And the question was, who do you think was a number two? As a Colts fan, I said Colts and Titans are fighting for 2. And then
Isn't
there's the
that
Jags.
crazy?
And then
Isn't that
there's the
crazy?
Jags, dude. Yeah, right after
We
where they
talk
were
to
this
anybody
time last year, they were the top
10
team
months
in the
ago.
division.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
Yep. Yep.
It was them and then everybody else.
And
They
every
might
non-Jags fan agreed with me. The Jags fans.
they might have the
pissed.
worst outlook of the 4 teams in the division right now. They might not currently be the 4th best roster in the division if you rolled the ball out right now.
On paper,
But-
they're not the worst team, but
They have the toughest path forward in the division, which is
Yeah.
nuts because 10 months ago you're talking about, well, Jags are on the way up. This is their division to lose for years to come. Trevor Lawrence, growing roster, available resources, and they continue to mismanage them. Christian Kirk is fine, but he's not getting you back that it's a poor return on investment. It still is. The Christian Kirk contract's a meme at this point, but and it's a talking point for the wide receiver market at large, but that was mismanaged. Foye Oluokun was fine, but you give him a big time contract, subsequently extend him, and take Devin Lloyd as early as you did. That's difficult. Trayvon Walker, that's difficult to reconcile with. No Aiden Hutchinson. And then you walk into the offseason, you get the Calvin Ridley availability you wanted, and that pick escalates. You send that pick away. You don't tag him. You fumble the extension. You tag Josh Allen, a 25, 26-year-old edge who was a borderline all-pro last year, the most no-brainer extension in all of football. You pussyfoot around extending him and tag him, and then you're not able to bring back Ridley. And now you're where you are.
Now you have to
And
draft a
you
receiver.
cornered
'cause you
drafting
back.
Brian Thomas Jr., who should be good, but that's the role you want Gabe Davis to fill. You want Gabe Davis to do exactly what you want Brian Thomas Jr. to do. You no longer have a separating, route running X receiver. You have 2 Z's that you want to fucking rip seam balls to. And Diggs.
Trevor Lawrence is going to average like 20 yards a pass attempt.
Yes, because that's all it's going to be. You're either using ETN weirdly to compensate for an offensive line you still haven't been able to cobble together a competent version of.
Yep.
And now you're going to be you're going to have a limited route tree with your 2 best pass catchers, and you're going to have a quarterback with superstar potential that you're going to continue to stunt, and your defense isn't great either. So what are we doing? You've allowed all 3 other teams in the division to catch up. And I mean, I can't. I guess I'll wait to see what they do the rest of this draft. But at this point, the Jaguars are just.
I just saw what's about to happen. And
They look so. I don't
want to spoil it for you guys, but I gotta tell Lane.
All right, let me see if I got it.
That's fair. Ooh, he's got the.
Oh,
He's got the secret inside. 20 seconds left for the Cowboys here. I will say, I know James and I love the state of the Jags. Sorry.
Yeah,
Paul.
one thing us AFC South fans can agree on is that we hate the Jags.
Oh shit! Oh,
Don't
hang on.
hate the Texans, but hate the
I
Jags.
sent Simon the first link. That's why Simon hasn't popped on yet. I forgot the stream ended.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
God,
Yeah.
Don, you're El Stupido.
No,
I'm
you
a
got it, dude.
Big idiot dumbass. I can't
It's-
believe I did that.
It's not every day somebody closes the whole stream when they're trying to leave the studio.
It makes
You
sense
know-
that Detroit moves up when it's in Detroit.
Shout out, because Nate gave Michael a stray when Michael was just trying to eat his dinner. I'm going to throw one at Nate and say, luckily our beloved friends at StreamYard, when you hit the end stream button, there's a little pop-up that says, "Are you sure you want to end the whole goddamn stream?" And he had to
And
click
he-
through that one too.
Yes.
He was sure.
So shouts out. We're just kidding, Nate. Hey,
No, we're not.
we're
He did
hitting
do a
some
shoey though.
great ground here, guys. We have over 200 concurrent viewers right now. So I just wanted to say,
Wow.
fuck yeah. shout out. Thank you guys.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you all so much. A
Absolutely.
lot of that is actually this guy, Michael, over
Yeah.
here. Got
Michael
a big
bringing
old
them in.
Twitter following. Hell yeah, fella.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Thank
let
you.
Michael talk more, okay? Half this audience is here for him, all right? Everybody shut up. You let Michael talk, and you look pretty, all right? Oh, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Like Josh.
So I know who the Lions took.
Let's see it here.
Ooh, let's go.
I'm bummed about it because he's really good, but I'm also fine with it.
So it's not Cooper DeJean.
Dude, the
Not
Lions.
Cooper DeJean.
Okay.
It's another player that Green Bay could take, and I would be like cool with it. But
The Lions trade up in front of Green Bay. Holy shit.
Oh, and because the Lions are picking it, I have this on mute, guys, so forgive me if I'm misrepresenting what's going on. But it looks
Yeah.
like they have like a concert. Like I just saw it look like someone was singing.
yeah,
It's like, oh, which I guess makes sense. You know, it's Detroit. They're the hometown team.
Motown.
Well,
That's
it's like,
all
did they have like an improv? Like, I'm sure they were ready. We have a pick at a certain time, and then
I don't know.
They trade up.
I don't know where you guys are in the stream or what you're watching. I'm watching mine on ABC, but there was a group of like 4 people all sitting next to each other, all wearing Matthew Stafford jerseys, like, but not
I missed
Lions
that.
ones, but Rams ones. I'm just like curious as to why.
They just had Stafford stands in the Detroit fan base.
It's like a
all these
50
years?
cent thing. Like he paid to have a few of his fans in the front row.
A lot of them were like big Stafford guys during the Super Bowl. Like they were like, "Yeah, go get it." Like, but then Matthew Stafford had that documentary that's coming out about him,
Where he gets
and
booed, yeah.
there was that clip where he's like, "Show them what they're missing" or whatever. And not every Lions fan, but like a lot of Lions fans were like, "Fuck that guy, he's a loser."
Yeah,
He
they
did nothing
double,
but lose
they double
here.
back on it.
Crazy. I'm like, that's arguably like a top 5 franchise player for you. You need to like chill out.
Yeah,
Just
we
the-
needed him
the
to
Lions
leave,
fans
so
on
4
Twitter.
years later we could win 2 playoff games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was all his fault when he was playing with one arm, you know, throwing for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, maybe
I-
if he was there, you wouldn't have. Honestly, maybe if he was there, you wouldn't have shit down your leg in the biggest game in franchise history with a double-digit lead at halftime.
You know, it's one of those although this started as a meme, but maybe if Stafford wasn't there, they would have hit rock bottom sooner and been able to rebuild faster. Like how maybe they won a few more games than they should have when they had, especially with Megatron leaving as he did. You know,
Yeah.
there was a time there where they looked like they had a lot of promise just between those two.
Yeah.
I love when they have the pick is in. I think we got some high school kids getting recognized, so I'm gonna be a good sport about it because hell yeah, they deserve their shine. It's weird watching this thing on
tracking-
mute. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'm just tracking on the ESPN app, and the logo has switched between Detroit and Dallas logo multiple times now.
They're confused.
They don't know. They don't know if the trade went through or not.
Oh, this is for the NFL flag program. Let's go.
Okay.
For those that don't know, I run one of these.
No shit.
Yeah.
I have no
It's
idea.
from 2nd to 8th grade. It's like 300 kids every Sunday. I am there at 10 a.m. and I am there until like 7 p.m.
Dude, you're a saint.
Woof.
God, that's
Um,
it.
I got a bunch of the varsity players to be refs. It's a whole thing.
That is
run-
great.
They do sevens.
7s. Yep.
That's tight. You
Yeah.
can still get creative on the whiteboard with sevens.
Oh yeah, and it's some of the Terry and Arnold. I knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
If I can
huge.
finally say it, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get your boy.
That's a huge need. I was hoping they would go with just like a handsy speed guy like Nate Wiggins and whiff again like Jameson Williams, but I think that's the better pick. But
Yeah, I think
Cooper
Terry
didn't,
Arnold's
Cooper
the
didn't
better
go either because they're set on the back end, and you guys could use that Darnell Savage role.
Yeah,
Because
but make it good.
Cooper can come in. He can play safety. He can play slot. He can play boundary.
You can play punt returner.
Yes, he can punt return immediately.
He's
And
so
don't
much
need
more
Deshaun.
happy than Mitchell was.
Yep. And Joe Barry ran a lot more single high than you see out of a lot of Fangio defenses last year.
Yes.
He was at a much higher clip. If you got Cooper being a cover 3 corner, you're in great shape. If you got Cooper as an apex defender and nickel, you're feeling great. If you've got Cooper as your your cross safety or your robber safety, you're feeling great about that. And that's kind of every potential hole.
He just bounces around
Packers
everywhere
might
that Green Bay needs.
Exactly. Like you can whatever late stage, preseason release free agents you can slot in.
Yeah.
Wherever you don't find those, you can put Cooper. If you find a strong safety you feel okay about on the late stage free agent market, grab him, put Cooper in the slot. You find like a random, like Mike Hilton gets released or something because the Bengals just want cap space and no good players. Mike Hilton gets released, grab Mike Hilton and put Cooper at safety or put Cooper opposite Jair. Like you can
go anywhere.
That allows you to figure everything else out however makes sense. I like that a lot.
I hope it happens.
While we've got time, who else do you think would work? And let's talk about that.
I admittedly haven't looked too much into O-line. I considered Green Bay to be like a sneaky Chop Robinson spot, but obviously he's gone.
It would have been sneaky.
Yeah,
I would have
but
been
some sort of tackle. Graham Barton has been connected to Green Bay the most. But beyond that, I know a few like big names. I don't want to rattle them off and be like, yeah, it makes sense for the Packers because I don't know what they do. I know
well,
Barton
Barton would be similar to the reason DeJean fits, because it's like you've got Elton Jenkins and a guy like Graham Barton, so you can get your best 5 out there, like however makes sense. You can put Elton at tackle, you can put Barton at center, whatever the hell makes sense. Oh, what up, Simon?
Right.
What is going on?
We're talking all line right now.
Disrespectful of John to not give you the correct stream, but not his fault because a Bears fan ended this one.
Yeah. I just took it as he was hoping Vanu would come back around at some point and was mad and just
yeah, we got to get your thoughts here right after this pick, because I by your Twitter reactions I think you're 2 thumbs up.
I've been really good staying off Twitter, so I don't even know. I mean, I know
I flipped
Simon
my phone over.
I know you had him OT2, right?
Ooh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I knew you liked them, but I haven't seen the reactions. That's what I'm psyched.
Michael's pick is in, and then
Fill you in, Simon. Michael.
It's in.
Michael likes Cooper
Pick is
DeJean
in.
here. That might be the number 1 choice, but we were just talking through how like a Graham Barton would make sense in a similar way, to where you can cobble the offensive line together however makes sense around him and Elton Jenkins.
What if what if
fuck.
Gutekunst trades down?
Goody.
Did he trade down?
No,
I don't know. Ben knows something we don't know. God damn it.
My stream is still on the Lions.
Yeah, I'm still watching Terry and Arnold laugh.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. At least not just me.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm
Michael
looking
has
at the
the best
inside
Wi-Fi
of
we know
Terry's
about.
suit. But
I'm looking
it
at me
says
and Trev and Kev are on the same thing.
Did he trade down, or is he going with like?
Wait, you said Ben?
Well, you know
or
who'd be
something?
sick is
So I shouldn't look at the
Darius
chat?
Robinson. would be
I've seen the
cool.
pick. Somebody texted it to me.
You've seen
Darius
the pick?
Robinson, new
I've seen
Preston
it. I won't
Smith.
say anything. I saw who it is.
I haven't seen it.
Why? I'm watching this on K. Like, why is everybody ahead of it? What's going on, ESPN?
Mine just popped up.
Why
saying
is
the
our
pick
chat?
again.
Yeah, dude, this chat should
Probably
be
just on
hosting-
Twitter.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah,
is that
fair enough.
is Twitter that?
Because
bad?
Ian Rappaport tweets it like
Yeah,
2
Pulls a
minutes
load.
before it happens.
It's annoying when he does that stuff.
That dude
Yeah.
has his ear buried into every draft room.
Yeah, I don't
He's
like
like,
that.
I swear he's got like bugs. Just like planted in every single room.
While we're waiting, I will say for the Packers, I heard a little bit of you guys talking about like offensive line stuff for them. When
Yeah.
I was building my last mock and everyone was getting excited about could Mims be falling, right? For like 24 hours. That was the thought. And I heard you guys talking about like the idea of Zach Tom finally kicking him into center if they were to get a right tackle. The thing that's so great about the Packers and that I've given them so much credit for the last 5 years is they just always take swings on day 3 with offensive linemen. And it always pays off. At least one of those dudes becomes a starter
Always.
at some point, right? So like
Always.
as much as you would like to then go over the top and go get a dude, or at center with Graham Barton or JPJ or whoever, the value that they've continued to do over and over again is like, we'll just wait till the 4th round and we'll get somebody that can start games for us. So I think Deshaun's
Heart's
great.
pounding.
I think that would make a lot.
Oh,
more
you don't
sense.
see it yet?
I don't see yet. Goodell's walking up to the podium.
Yeah, I just have
Okay.
Goodell up
All
here.
right.
We're
Getting
almost-
announced.
I'm glad Simon came on by now because it's getting really all this O-line stuff's getting juicy. He's got good O-line insights.
Oh man, I tell you, the first fan they show,
Clip it.
not super
Clip it.
happy.
Here we go.
I have no
Michael's
idea who
getting
this is.
Offensive
It's
tackle.
Jordan Morgan. Jordan Morgan, Arizona.
Yeah.
And now,
I mean, that's fine.
is Zach Tom going inside? Because they just brought in Andre Dillard too.
Oh,
They might be looking at
listen,
Morgan.
Andre
Yeah,
Dillard.
Andre
should just
Dillard
go in the
is-
trash can.
Andre Dillard has zero guaranteed money. He has a vet minimum.
Well, I know, but you got Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker.
Yeah.
I like both of them. I don't think you're worried about drafting either of their replacements in round 1. Like, how do you feel like the best 5 shakes out now? Because Jordan Morgan is more of a true tackle.
Simon, do you got any yet?
think
Andre Dillard is somebody that saw him play a lot this year is fucking terrible. Trash is an understatement. Simon, you seem to be the offensive tackle guru because I'm not. What do you think here?
They might be looking at Morgan to play guard. This might be the John Runyon replacement. It would kind of be a big skip to go from left tackle to right guard. But I think that's what Runyon did when he was I think he was a left tackle in college.
He was a
and
tackle,
switched.
yeah.
He was.
But I think he played some left guard his rookie year for them because Jenkins might have been playing left tackle that year, and then he flipped over to the right side. But against the Packers, they figure this out. They do what I love, and not only just taking the swings on day 3, but they just get 10 dudes in camp, and they just let guys roll through the lines and find the spots that work. That's how you end up with Tom playing center, left guard, and right tackle, and you're like, let's just put the 6'3" guy at right tackle. So I think they'll do the same with Morgan. Some draft nicks thought potential upgrade over Rasheed Walker at some point in this one. I'm with you, John. I think Walker's fine, especially for where they got him. And I like putting him out there, but this could be Morgan, we try him at some right guard. We try him at some right tackle. Jenkins is the ultimate chess piece. Can we put Morgan, keep him on the left side where he's comfortable, but at guard, and then move Jenkins somewhere else? They can move dudes wherever. I don't mind this pick for them. I thought because of their value and their coaching and development on offensive line, they could have gone elsewhere. That would have been more helpful. But I also think like this is going to work out. This is, he's going to end up starting over the course of his rookie contract and be good.
There's like kind of no way it doesn't work out because of the type of O-lineman they draft and develop. Like most guys have multi-position versatility. And yeah, of course you've got Elton Jenkins who can play anywhere across there. So they're going to get through camp and they're going to know how to deploy their best 5. They're just going to figure that out. Who's comfortable where and who's maximized where. Like, I mean, that caught me off guard a little bit just because they are so good at finding that day 2, day 3 talent on the offensive line. But like, yeah, I mean, Cooper for sure and secondary. But I don't know where, like, I don't know that you have enough glaring needs on that roster to, if you feel like this is one of the best players you can get at this spot, to just take that guy. And maybe they like the depth in the second. Maybe they like a, the TJ Tampa tier of like day two corners or the safety group's kind of interesting. Like maybe that's where they're kind of going. But it's just weird to see Packers take O-line this high, so that threw me off a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna make sense, once
One
they
thing
get
with the idea of DeJean for them that I've been thinking about, and I'm gonna track this at some point with coordinators, is when I hire a new coordinator, I'm hiring him with the vision of I don't want it to be he's telling me what his shopping list is, right? So I don't want him to come in as I'm hiring a new defense coordinator and say, I need this guy, this guy, and this guy. If I'm hiring somebody, I want to say, here's my roster. What can you do with this? And they went and got McKinney in free agency, but I don't want to make this long shopping list for this new court. Like if I'm hiring you, you should be able to work with what I give you, right? That's kind of how I feel. So like I shouldn't have to give you the first round pick, right? You should have been able to tell me you can work with what I have. And then when you look at the offense, so then they go to look at the offense side of the ball, and it's like got everything else. So yeah, just maybe we'll raise the ceiling a little bit for the offensive line more than we normally would.
Yeah, you've made me feel better about it because I didn't look into the O-line really much at all in this draft.
He's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like happy about it. Yeah, it's very not Green Bay in the sense of taking someone that early, but it's also very Green Bay in the sense of versatility. Yeah. I do want to bring up my cat just jumped, kind of like caught a bug out of the air and snatched it out of the air and ate it. So the Chargers should sign him.
Excellent omen.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, I agree. That's funny. Oh, that bet's dead. Jeez.
Oh, I came back at the
Chargers can
perfect
draft
time.
PD.
So like with
There's that
I feel like with
contested
Jordan
catch,
Morgan, you
for
could
you.
get yeah. with Jordan Morgan in the like, I view him similarly to, and he turned out very well in the like talent to fanfare ratio to like Abraham Lucas last year, who was great, or 22
years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, holy Christ, who was really really good for Seattle early on, but like you didn't hear much about Abraham. I think he went like 82
Third
or
round?
62.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mid third, yeah. 72 something too, I feel like. But anyway, like yeah, he was a solid She looks just like my cat. Let me see if I can track her down.
He's a man, John.
Oh jeez, dude, my bad. The resolution's bad. I should have been able to see that.
The resolution's bad.
He's a little boy.
Deserves front.
To be fair, he
center
doesn't
right
have
there.
balls.
No? Okay.
No, they've
'Cause
been.
I got a good eye for those.
Yeah. Big ball guy.
Yeah. I have an unlucky black dog cat that's doing weird stuff to the left of me here. But I won't
That's
hurt
what-
forever. Oh, Simon knows about that. Yeah, she made a guest appearance actually when Simon and I were recording a couple weeks ago. We got
Clip lives
okay.
on Twitter. It's out there.
Yeah, it's out there. Cardinals back on the board. Did I miss?
Yeah, the Bucks pick just came in. It
Yep.
was Duke center
Bucks, Graham
Graham
Mhm.
Barton.
Yep.
And the Cardinals took Darius Robinson.
Ooh, okay.
Cardinals,
so the-
Darius Robinson.
So that means the Bills are on the clock then? I haven't
Wow.
seen the Cardinals hasn't updated on my end, so thank you.
Wow, they're missing Zach Allen, aren't they? Darius Robinson at 27. I love that. I thought he might fall.
Trevor says more O-line talk incoming. Yeah.
Yep.
Man,
Trev knows.
Holy
A
shit,
lot
I
of
love
Packers
that.
fans are upset that Graham Barton went very soon after, and meaning immediately. But that's because that's what happens. They get
Are they?
attached to one guy, and they're like,
Well,
"All right, well, we
because
didn't. We picked a tackle. We didn't pick the right one."
That's
oh,
where
yeah,
Steelers fans, a lot of Steeler fans are feeling that right now, actually, too. Believe it or not.
I think that's kind of what
Really?
Trevor was saying about the Colts earlier, where it's like, oh, we talked ourselves into the fact that Latu would be the guy who would be here that's available, and we talked ourselves into him, even though everyone was available by the time we got there. I don't know, so I kind of relate to. I feel for you, all the fans that are thinking that. There it is. It's finally on my end that Darius Robinson's been drafted.
Yep.
Simon, do they think he's a guard only or something? Or like, you know what I mean? Like,
I saw a lot of like, oh, they took tackle 6 or something like that because he was the 6th one drafted or whatever it was. And it's like, okay, you guys just aren't. You're just
That's
not paying
fine.
attention. You're just not.
Yeah,
you're just not
that's-
thinking. But there was a lot of it. And I think there is concern that 2 years in a row they take a left tackle, and you wonder who's going to play right tackle. There's all of that, but Fanu is just so fluid of an athlete and such a technician. Like, he's not going to have any problem going to the right side. Whereas Broderick needs to be back on the left side, where he's a little more natural, has a little more experience. So yeah, just overthinking it. As soon as he gets on the field, they're gonna feel better.
Mm-hmm. Dan Moore for a 6th to somebody random.
They like Dan Moore, man. I don't mind Dan Moore. I'm fine with
They
him.
like Dan Moore, but they really want to like someone else.
Yeah,
better.
they like Troy Fonu a lot better.
Yeah.
The problem with Dan Moore now is he can't play right tackle, so he's not really a useful backup. So yeah, it really is going to be like who's holding the bag at. I didn't get a left tackle. The Commanders, I thought my prediction for weeks has been they were going to move back up for Jordan Morgan at the end of the first round. So now I wonder what they do at left tackle, because they still don't have a left tackle really on their roster. So yeah, I'll send Dan Moore over there for a 5th round pick. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam
You
Peters.
know, he should get Josh Jones compensation minimum. You know, but
Was Josh
what do you
Jones
think
minimum?
of? Yeah, right. I don't know, 6-7 swap. What do you think of Graham Barton? Do you think Graham Barton is a day one starter at left guard for the Bucks, or do you think
I think they
he
play him at center.
stays at
I think
center?
they slot him right
Hainsey
in.
just-
Yeah,
They figure
Hainsey
something else
battles
out.
with somebody for guard with who's that guy that they played over there last year?
It's like a
Leverett. Was Leverett last year, or was he 2 years
Nick-
ago? One of those guys. Yeah, somebody.
I have no
It's
idea.
not Aaron Stinney. Go Dukes.
Reisner's probably
He-
going to
he
be
went-
available.
I've been waiting on where Reisner's going.
Other randoms. We got to sign him by the 29th if we want him to.
Maybe he goes to
if we
the
wanna
Raiders,
get a
since they
contract.
didn't do O-line here in the first round. We'll see what else they do.
That's why Trevor said
yeah.
there's a trade.
But yeah, Barton will play center. Barton will play
trade
center
going?
for them.
The Chiefs have
yeah,
traded.
Ooh.
Oh Jesus!
Guyton?
They're taking a
Chiefs
receiver.
trade.
Ooh, that's interesting though. Actually,
Um,
Guyton, because what
'cause
Donovan Smith?
there's not been a huge run on receivers, so you'd wonder why they would make this trade here. But there's obviously
you're right.
Jordan Morgan. 'cause
Somebody they
maybe were
like, but
eyeing
no,
Jordan
yeah.
Morgan at 32, and he's gone. Guyton
Yeah,
played, I think,
receiver's been
for
tough for
a
them,
handful
but-
of games at left tackle at Oklahoma 2 years ago. And obviously just like really good upside, and they're used to kind of that, not plotter type because he's way more athletic than Orlando Brown was, but just a big guy that needs some work on how he moves his body around.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you have how many O linemen have gone? Who's counted so far? 7, 8, 6, 7.
8 now with Morgan, right?
Tell you in 1 second.
And then Barton after him. I think it's 8.
Barton makes 8, I think. Pick is in for Kansas City.
Let's see here. I'm going to read them off, and I'll go through the first round list of my little computer stuff. Here we go. We get Alt, Latham, Fashanu, Talise, Amarius Mims, Troy Fatanu, Jordan Morgan, Graham Barton.
Graham Barton.
So
And
eight
Guyton-
offensive linemen.
This might be a
Josh
trade up for
Shrek.
Guyton. That's the that's where the pickings are slim is tackle.
Yep.
Receivers
That's
still. Yeah, you're right. There's only 4 receivers off the board so far.
And then Cowboys do that trade down. Do they get their center? Do they take a Zach Frazier or a Jackson Powers Johnson at what is that 29?
Sons of bitches.
Dude, Cooper DeJean's going to be a 49er or a Bill, and I'm going to.
I like
So,
Trevor's comment
Oh,
about
no,
DeJean
that
to replace
sucks.
Snead. I like Trevor's comment about DeJean to replace Snead because
Because you
Snead
gave away Snead for pennies.
started. Yeah, it was a slot.
Overpay, reach.
Safety
Glad the
to
Colts
slot
didn't
to
pay for it.
Ah, there's those Colts fans we know and love, folks. Bad knee. He's got a bad knee, they say.
Yeah, bum, washed. I don't mean it. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Mid.
The Chiefs, I mean, I know I just said this about the Packers and it didn't prove right, but the Chiefs, same thing. Like they've been reloading at corner for years. They always take good corners and develop them.
Late. Yeah. That's another.
but-
good one.
But again, we saw them. I just said that about the Packers, and they just took a guy round 1. So, who
They
knows?
zagged.
They're not taking a corner. I
Uh-oh,
saw who they
Trevor.
took.
You're not even
A.D.
here
Mitchell?
right now.
Not 80.
They can't have Kadarius
not
Toney
A.D.
and A.D.
Mitchell.
Mitchell on one roster, right? They,
Platoon squad, best receiver in the team. I refuse to call him by his actual name. He will always be Kadarius Toney.
Ooh, I'm getting a nice
jeez.
UFL ad on my
You guys
side.
remember when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and nobody cared because everybody hates the Chiefs except Chiefs fans? It was everyone wanted the Niners to win.
Yes, this sounds familiar. Go on.
Yeah, Trev. Nobody likes the Chiefs except you. You're stupid.
I didn't feel
Oh,
that
well,
way
see, why
about
does
the
why the
49ers.
Titan tape got to come in? Where's that? Like, what's going on here? Why am I
Shouts
taking
out.
strays?
Shouts out to Dennis Dark. Welcome.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
I'm out here taking stray. I know how you felt up there.
Yo,
Like, it hurts.
James, next time we have a lull, could you share this next picture I put in the team general on Discord? My boy Yogi already
Yeah,
hooked this up like an hour later.
Oh, you got it already, huh? Okay.
I'll get it here in a second.
Ooh, Dennis Dark, Titans suck. Retweet.
John, are you on your 9th fan edit of JJ McCarthy?
Dude, there's
I
going to be an
got- I
edit.
got this one.
He's going to
So
post it
I've
like 2
only-
a.m. It's going to be
Still not as
Oh
good
my
as the
God.
Will Levis one. Oh, now he's
It's-
going to make
so
fun
it's
of the
better
Huskers.
because we
This is
got-
ridiculous.
Where did it get? Where is it? What is it? Hang on.
Where
Maybe
is
I
it?
can't pull it.
I don't have it up yet, so
Is it loading?
I tried. I pulled it up. I pulled it up into
I'm
a
pulling up
browser and
mine
it
right
just
now.
can't.
Give me 1
Okay,
second.
yeah. Maybe James will get it to work. It showed up as an
I
all
closed
white.
Discord, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see it in Discord, John. Ooh, he's about to
Okay,
come
so
out
you
of
know what I'm talking
sabbatical.
about.
Let's go, dude. Let's
it's
do
incoming
it.
right now.
It's pretty sick.
Titans. So does Big
Yeah,
Red.
we gotta.
Yeah, he's got to just.
So this Dennis is
Jesus.
Dennis knows you, right? This is
Yes, yeah.
a
Sadly,
pointed
we used to
attack
work
at
together.
you.
Yeah, he is. Oh, this is very pointed.
Appreciate you, Dennis.
Very, very pointed directly at me.
You're doing the Lord's work. We appreciate all you guys tuning in right now on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all that. Even the
I'm
Chiefs fans, we
saving this
appreciate you
right
all.
now.
Michael, do you already know the pick already? Like, is that what you said like
Yeah.
3 minutes ago? I still don't know it. Dude, what?
I'm just getting to
Got
it
a
as well.
notification.
Michael is our Rappaport, dude. He knows.
I am.
Literally, dude.
He just always knows.
Michael, what are your sources? I don't know if I trust these.
I actually secretly run the CT ESPN account.
Oh, I've been trying to figure it out. They're
Oh, that's
surprisingly
you.
accurate at times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Antonio Brown pays me pennies.
Because he doesn't have any money anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I still don't see it.
does anyone know yet?
I don't know it yet.
Trevor's right. Trent McDuffie's like the third best corner in the league minimum.
I just got a holy shit text. So
Yeah. Does anyone? Who knows?
about to
traded
announce
it for Ayuk.
I'm about to know.
Yeah, me and Kevin
Okay.
are like almost the same.
Right
Okay, I'm
now,
gonna let
I
you
know
verify
that
that.
Justin Laverne from Make-A-Wish is reading the pick.
Okay.
He's got a good
What?
40.
Okay.
Oh,
That Texas
Whoa.
guy.
Oh, wow. Did I just say he's got a good 40 and it was that? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
yes.
Because I still haven't seen it. That's really funny.
It's not a bad 40.
It's
It is a pretty
quick.
good 40.
It is an acceptable 40.
Some would say the best 40 ever.
Some
Whoa,
would
is
say
that Josh?
Patrick Mahomes' ADOT is going back up.
Yeah.
No more dinking and dunking.
Those
Shut up,
2-yard
Trev.
touchdowns are over with.
Oh man, dude. Slightly less 13 personnel, maybe. Oh wow. 3P loading. Son of a bitch, dude. You know, and everyone was worried about them getting like, AD Mitchell or Keon Coleman in the second or whatever. And then everybody laughed about, oh, watch Mike McDaniel go get Xavier Worthy because he's got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. It's like, watch the Chiefs go get Xavier Worthy because they just traded Tyreek Hill and let them pay him $30 million. Ooh. They were like, you know what? And you know what, too, about Xavier Worthy is he's not John Ross. I mean, he can run some routes. He's got
He can run some routes.
he's pretty well rounded. That's it. That's wow. When they traded up, once Simon said that, I was like, you're right. It's like gotta be Guyton. Like the way the
Trev's right. Weird trade for the Bills.
positions are left. Super weird trade for the Bills.
Worthy, you think? Who here in the next 3 picks really liked Worthy? Were they worried about the Bills? Were they worried about if the Niners
Dallas?
trade Ayuk tomorrow or something? God, Dallas, that would have been hilarious.
I don't know.
That would have been so funny.
Is it the Ravens? Like who? Yeah, who is
Ravens, and
I don't think so.
Maybe
or just somebody coming up from round 2, like the Panthers
Yeah.
coming up or something like that. I guess you just never know,
like,
but it just feels
Might
like
have been a bidding war at 28. Ben Parker. What up, Ben?
Hey,
Yes, sir.
what's up,
He's a
Ben?
Chiefs guy, right?
And I was gonna say when I was convinced the Guyton pick was going to come in. Shout out to Ben Parker here because he was the one in our mock draft the other night who was trading up for the Chiefs to make sure they got a tackle. So that was where that idea. Man, I don't know what they're doing. I guess
Well, it
Wanya
made
Morris.
The
Step
way
on up.
positions had fallen to that point, it made a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now you wonder, do the Cowboys get more Tylers in the building?
And go to the first one they say.
more
And by the way,
ties-
you're
more
not going
ties,
to
I
play
should say.
tackle because
Yeah.
the bigger Tyler he gets it.
You think they're going to kick him out? Oh yeah, the bigger tie.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we'll see. Like either they go, with one of the centers here, and incumbent Tyler Smith gets to go out.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
if they go Guyton, then Guyton takes it, and
Yep.
Smith stays in. And then you have Smith and Martin, and you don't worry about who your center is.
And the pick is
Exactly.
in for the
That's what I was
Cowboys.
saying, too.
Oh, Roger.
The
It's
other
Tyler
Tyler.
I spoiled it.
Yup.
immediately. It's Tyler
You
Gayton.
got it. You got it.
That's Cowboys'
I'm just gonna keep
shit.
saying Tyler Guyton. If I
Tyler
say
Guyton, yeah.
one name for the next 3 picks, I might get it.
I do want to bring up that if Xavier Worthy goes on to be a better receiver all time than Tyreek Hill, which is like a crazy statement to make, but I just want to put it out there. if it happens, the Bills will be responsible for not only the Chiefs getting Patrick Mahomes,
Yep.
but
Correct.
Xavier
Yeah,
Worthy.
Don't forget this trade up. Anybody
Yes.
watching, don't forget this. Don't let them
In
live this
6
down.
years,
if
we're
they
going to
shouldn't.
come back
Yeah.
to this.
Mhm.
I don't even think it would take him being better than Tiger. Just like one catch in a playoff game
Would
would be
break
enough
the
to
Bills'
like
hearts
send
once.
Bills fans like off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
all
one catch against them.
Like one first down, not even a
Mhm.
touch, just like
Yeah.
an 8
And like the first
route.
quarter, like the first play
Yeah.
of the game, and they're going to be, here we go.
They're going to RPO, like he has to catch it. There's no way he drops it. And they're like, we
Yeah.
should have got him.
Yep.
1 yard gain. I told you he was good.
Meanwhile, Khalil Shakir is just
Okay.
sitting there.
Okay, guys. Who's the most Ravens guy to just take because he's
Let me look at my
there and it's a
personal
luxury
board
pick?
and see what happens.
there- And why is it Edgerrin Cooper?
It's Edgerrin Cooper, or it's going to be like.
Or
Blake
okay, if
Moore.
it's not Edgerrin Cooper, why is it Johnny Newton? It's probably Johnny Newton because that's the guy who got top 10 hype, and then the Ravens are there and they're like, seriously? But why wouldn't they use this luxury pick on the best linebacker potentially in the class, off-ball linebacker in the class, and just get out in front of people and not worry about positional value? I feel like those are the two ways I'm leaning. Any other like available players jumping out to anybody as like Ravens guys? Because they're fun
Ennis
to they're fun to,
Rakestraw.
like, identify.
Ennis Rakestraw's one.
Ennis Rakestraw's a Raven for sure. Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall, sneaky one.
Piggyback off of that, Nate Wiggins would be good.
Nate Wiggins.
They
Because
could use
he's
a corner.
yeah.
They tended like to be.
Didn't
pretty
we talk about
aggressive
Braden
with
Fisk
corners.
on
Yeah, Braden Fisk would be a good one.
in the War Room series? I think we talked about Braden
Mhm.
Fisk a little bit.
hmm And I know I know
Love
they have Kyle
Braden
Hamilton, but
Fisk.
Cooper DeJean would, make sense too.
That would be another one where it's just like, sure.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be crazy. Him and Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Two
I'd-
queens on the chessboard.
Yeah. Having that in your defensive backfield and then Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in your offensive backfield,
Very fun.
being a Ravens fan would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh man,
not talking
Matt
about
Abwike's back on big money, so Johnny Newton might be a little redundant. He might go. Fisk might be a little bit less so, but I feel like it's an off-ball defender. Derrick Henry is washed.
What if Green Bay?
I am done with the slander. I'm done with you, Trev. We're kicking you out. Make him not an admin, and I'm going to block him.
He's not on your team anymore. You want him to be washed. You want to say,
don't
yeah,
care.
exactly. He's
love
washed,
Derrick
and that's
Henry,
why we
but
let him walk.
he
Just
was
like
so
I
good to
pretended
us.
how the Colts never wanted Snead in the first place because he's
Yeah.
washed and it's
Nope,
a reach.
I
it's an
absolutely
overpay.
love Derrick Henry. He's done nothing but great things for Tennessee. I will refuse to ever hate him.
He's a bum.
No, I get it. I watched every Adam Thielen snap from 2022, and I told everybody, listen, he can still separate a little bit. I don't think we should have paid him that, but don't say, he's not. I was still kind of doing that thing.
You were still hooked on a Thielen, huh?
Whatever you want
Yeah.
to say there, Trev. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
believe,
exactly.
bud.
Exactly.
When
I'm
when
with you.
Snead
Watch.
are just locking down players next year, all receivers, no passing yards are getting done on Tennessee.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's in. Ooh. Somebody got it right. And I say swish, and I will
Dennis, get
tip
out of
the
here.
cap.
Why am I taking strays right
Nice.
Let's
Nice,
go.
That's right.
People.
Mike.
He just feels like a Raven.
Michael.
Titans draft a QB. No, second round. I think second round,
Well,
the
yeah.
Titans will, for
Block.
the third year in a
Let me
row,
block
go
him.
there,
Rattlers in your future.
grab.
Michael Pratt.
James is probably the happiest that the Falcons drafted Penix at 8 because if he fell to the second round, he was absolutely going to be a Tennessee Titan.
Kev's gonna get beat up. I'm gonna drive up to Ohio and punch him.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. All right.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna punch him.
Oh man.
Oh, we don't need a quarterback. We got Simon's guy now as our backup. Yeah, you enjoy that one? Malik Willis is going to be a Steeler this year too. He's going to be their third stringer. I can see
I'll
that
take it.
coming.
I'll take it.
Wait, who is your backup now?
Hey, thanks for subscribing, Jeff. Jeff,
As of
hey,
now, it's
thank you,
Justin Fields
Jeff.
the backup.
No. James.
Oh, yeah.
The
Who's-
Titans backup quarterback is the one and only Mason Rudolph.
Up.
What
I
is
forgot
Trev's
about that.
Trevor
problem?
knows he can't come from my draft.
I love that what Pittsburgh
Trevor,
is actually.
Hey,
Trevor,
Russell
you
Wilson
can't
Yeah,
come from
right?
my draft.
$0, and Justin Fields costs nothing too. I'm about it.
just walked
No.
in.
No, Dennis. He is going to be the number 1 overall pick in 4 years. If you guys don't know. Oh, he's talking about Adrian Martinez. I thought he was talking shit about our new quarterback. Yeah, Adrian Martinez is a USL legend.
Oh, he's
Forever
balling
will be.
out. Yeah.
He's a Kansas State Wildcat, Dennis, not a Husker, man. Now the Cornhuskers do have Dylan Raiola, the number 2 rated prospect this year. He's going to be a stellar quarterback, seeing the league in a few years.
Did you guys
He'll
see
bring
the
us
stuff
back.
earlier today about the 49ers trading either Ayuk or Samuel to move up, and then nothing happened?
I did not see that.
Yeah. If he
I
would
heard
go
a
to
lot
the
of
Vikings,
the
Ayuk
Niners
lost.
wish was here.
Hmm?
You know who I think the Niners wish was here is Darius Robinson
Yeah.
after letting Armstead go. I wonder if they try
Jenkins?
to go with a Newton or a Fisk.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
Newton.
thinking.
I almost wonder if they'd want to go with it because Jenkins is a little bit bigger than both those guys, right?
He is. Yep. Jenkins is like right about 300. Well, he's a little. I think Jenkins is like 6'3", 300 even. Newton's a little shorter, probably about the same weight. I think Fisk is more like 285, 290. So I wonder if they go there. But if it's receiver here, it's got to be anticipatory of a Debo or a Ayuk trade.
Yeah, I would say that'd be very telling, wouldn't it? I mean, somebody's
Yeah.
out.
I like corner for them too. I like corner for them.
Yeah.
Let Lenore be a full-time nickel. Because I
Mhm.
mean, have we talked about Cooper yet?
Put the Ambry Thomas years behind you.
Yeah, be done with that. What's up, Colby? Shout out
Yeah,
Colby.
shouts
Colby.
out to Colby. Yeah.
Not Dennis.
Tell him to view on his own device. So we. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like and subscribe, Colby. No. We're sitting at 249 concurrent. All right, we can get to 250. That'd be huge. That's a big thing. No, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh man.
But yeah, Cooper.
I don't think it's
Kool-Aid.
personally. I don't think it's too early for Mason Smith. If you feel like you
flying up boards this
round out
week, man.
your front, because I like him a lot.
I
It
think-
feels
I
like
think
D
DB
line
for
for
them.
me, but corner makes a ton of sense. Rakestraw, Kool-Aid's here, Cooper's here. Oh man.
What's Fuaga's status? Fuaga. The safety. Hufanga? Who am I saying?
Hufanga.
What am I trying to
Yeah,
say?
Hufanga.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm thinking about all the
Hufanga,
other
yeah.
linemen still. I'm just thinking about Fuaga.
I was like, wait a minute.
I just kept saying, I was like, no, it's this one. No, it's this. Is he gonna miss beginning of the year? Is he gonna miss a little time?
He went down in what week?
4, 5, or somewhat
It was
early, right?
relatively early in
It
the
was
season.
pretty early.
He might miss. He'll probably miss like OTAs.
Yeah, he might be back for the season.
It was
Yeah.
November 20th with the torn ACL. So
Oh,
So yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
So it was like 12. I thought it was just like right around.
That
Wait,
changes
let me
my
see.
response.
Maybe that's when this article was published. Let me double check the date. It happened against
ACL,
Tampa
though,
Bay.
like
Yeah, I remember because it was Rashad White just
opening
snapped.
week's not out of the question. Opening week should
It
be
was
out of the
week
question.
4. It was week 4. So I guess maybe I don't. Anyway, so yeah, it was week 4. So we're getting at. I mean, I would think
he should-
nowadays what's it, like a 9 month? It used to be definitely a year, but nowadays it feels like ACL 8 or 9
It's like
months.
9-10 months, something like that.
Mhm.
And he's
So
a
I'm.
freak, so yeah.
Oh yeah, he's so good when
Yeah.
healthy. I worry about those ACLs, but
I haven't worried about an ACL since Adrian Peterson proved you don't need one.
well, yeah, you sound like whoever's
Donated.
advising the Atlanta Falcons with their 8th overall pick.
Dude, I just saw a tweet that said that is like, I can't believe that there's another left-handed Michael in Atlanta.
Did you see the dogs reacting to it?
Yeah. It was like every dog in
Mm.
Atlanta
Yeah.
hearing about a left-handed Michael playing for the Falcons. Yeah.
At least this one's a Husky,
Oh,
Safe.
I just saw the 49ers pick.
Nice.
That makes
Yeah, I
sense.
thought too.
Damn it.
Oh, you guys called it. Hey, this is a telling pick by the Niners, right?
Somebody's gone out of that room. Somebody's gone.
Gotta
Leggett?
be.
Wouldn't you
Leggett?
think they lose some
Not
leverage
Leggett.
here though with other teams by doing this? What
That is
Oh,
That's
wow. Ricky Pearsall.
Super
Ricky Pearsall.
fun.
I like that. He might be the most
Dang.
like underrated or just like
Yeah, I think he
seldom
is.
talked about receiver in this class that is gonna be like week 3. Everyone's gonna be trying to trade for him in their whatever.
Oh, he's the guy
leagues
that
and-
made the one-handed catch. Got it.
Oh yeah, the best catch you've ever seen in
That's-
your life.
Yep,
yeah,
that's
it's
him.
that.
Yep.
that
Now I know who it
guy.
is.
Yes, sir, Ben.
Oh,
There he is.
wow.
Look in. Someone always.
That's why I was
sneaks in.
wondering if it was like Xavier Leggett or
But the thing with this is,
a
all
Debo
3 of those,
archetype
you
like
can
that.
use all 3 of those guys.
You
That's
prefer
not-
to move Debo if you're moving one.
Buffalo traded their pick, guys.
Well,
Yep,
I
you
guess-
just
I
beat
guess
me right
they're-
to it. The Panthers
There was
are
a
on the
report
Yeah.
that they're shopping both of them.
Like
Or,
it
you know,
is
to
is
see
a
if one of them
Panther.
can go.
Pearsall is a little closer to an Ayuk than a Debo, obviously, but there's space for all of those guys. Man, the Panthers just heard everybody ignoring them for 3 months in draft talk, and they just big.
There's
F you to
room for
everyone.
both. There's room for all of those guys, but they're not really an 11 personnel team.
Maybe they are now.
At least they haven't been.
Yeah,
Like
Mhm. I mean,
Kyle
they'll run
this is
they'll
deep
run
cut, but
empty
Charlie Warner
22.
left in free agency.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh, no one's
keep-
dapping up Tepper.
It's weird. Oh
I
God, no.
wouldn't.
It's weird you're not getting it's weird you're not getting an Ayuk deal. Yeah, I feel like you would have gotten an Ayuk deal on draft night as like a short trade up piece
Mhm.
to get to.
Yeah, the
you know,
Steelers
mid-
rumors, it was like they
maybe?
swap picks and then it's Ayuk, and then the Steelers would send like one of their thirds or something like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I was kind of thinking it would be something like that, but once they didn't and it got to 31, then I was like D line
Mhm,
or
mhm.
maybe corner. Huh.
Shannon's just looking around like, I need another piece on my whiteboard to obsess over for every single day of the summer.
Yeah, we're the
Michael.
fools. He's not going to trade anybody. We're just 3 idiots.
Yeah, exactly. You just where you
Michael,
starting?
obviously I hate it, but that like style of hoodie is sick.
It's gas, dude.
Like
Thank
any
you.
sports team, yeah.
It's got like the old logo on it.
Yeah, that's tough as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's
like it a
Vikings
lot.
ones. Lane has a Lions one.
Really? Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to. I'm gonna have to get one of those. D West.
Wow. So the Panthers moved up one pick.
I think it's
And
somebody they like.
What's up, buddy? I'm feeling great.
Ooh, D West. What is up? Shouts out the driver of
None of
the
you-
number 9 by-size
Yes,
sports
sir.
car. Appreciate you, brother. I'm feeling all right. Your boy Nate just went off the board. For y'all who don't know, David is a Clemson fan. So big Nate Wiggins guy. So he's got to be happy. I'm okay. I'm a lot better
Key
now.
West, is Brad Barnell still the head coach of the basketball team? What's going on there? Just gonna let that one linger
What a
for Key
saga
West.
that was. Yeah, that
Says yes, he is.
we fucked up the draw. Hey, all I know is we got to we were here, obviously, so unfortunately I didn't get to catch it, but there's a still shot of the Trader's car right next to the bite-sized sports car. So that's for those of you who don't know, Nate, who was here earlier, he sponsors the Trader's car. So it's pretty cool to have our two
that's cool.
teammates side by side and it's still like that. So I'll be tweeting the shit out of that later. But yeah, we especially now, like you said, yes, the old Clemson head ball coach. What a difference one little tournament run can make. Turns a hot seat rather cold, does it not? Panthers pick is in.
It's got to be that receiver we were talking about earlier. I can't think of his name.
I find it interesting. Who could it be that the Panthers traded? What was it? A 6th rounder for a 5th rounder just to move up one spot. So who do they think the Bills really love at receiver, right?
Or just the Bills were just straight up shopping it around, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, if you like this, we need something." And then
fair.
Trevor had the 33 for Ayuk tomorrow. Does that deal get done tomorrow? That'd be interesting. Kind of give them a little bit. The Steelers did the same thing with Joey Porter Jr. last year when it got to that end of the
I
end of the
wonder.
night.
That would, man.
That first pick, they took the
This
day
is,
to like
this is,
big trade calls.
yeah.
Xavier Legette.
This
That's who I
pick's
was
got to
talking
be
about.
receiver too.
Oh, it
Isn't
is
it
This
kinda
Legette.
pick's
like
got to be
Mingo?
receiver too.
It
Aren't they
is.
kind of the same?
It's who? Leggett?
Yeah, it's Legette.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
One
I
round,
Leggett
two
a lot.
Xaviers, baby.
I was thinking either that or Lad McConkey would take his rightful place under Adam Thielen's wing.
Lad McConkey. Dude, that's like an all-timer name.
This sounds
the first
fake.
name, it doesn't sound, that sounds
Yes,
like
man.
you're playing Madden franchise, it's 2049, and you're at a draft class, and Lad McConkey's like the hardest hitting safety ever.
Yeah, I was just about to say it sounds like one of the characters in my Fallout Shelter, where it's just Lad McConkey. He's got a 7 charisma. I remember that guy. No, it's it's a great name. I love that. That's a great name.
Yeah, Lad McConkey. It's a crazy name.
Oh, Lad McConkey. It's a banger of a name.
You've got
It's-
you've got Lad McConkey and Luke McCaffrey in the same class.
Luke McCaffrey is like the sober name, and then you get like really drunk, and you're like Lad McConkey. McCaffrey, like drunk persona. That's what it is.
That's pretty
Yes.
good.
Oh, I like that. Oh, and now as we've been keeping track, Xavier Legette looks very happy. All right. Now, some of that could be playing at South Carolina, going to now play for Carolina.
Yeah.
That maybe because not a lot of folks around the nation would be super jazzed to be spending the next few years playing for the Panthers if winning is high on their to-do list. But hey, this looks like a win-win for everybody because he gets to have the hometown love. Obviously, a few more weapons on that offense will be nice. I'm not ready to kick old Bryce Young to the curb yet. I think he needs a little more time and wasn't set up. It's a funny thing. It's an interesting thing to grab your franchise quarterback and then immediately trade his best receiver away. But hey, here we are. So now he's going to have another chance. I don't hate this, guys. And I honestly, for the Bills, now that we've talked about it, with the idea it's the first pick of day 2. They've got all night and most of the day tomorrow, right? Start talking about how to trade, see if somebody's really excited about somebody that fell out of the first round. I'm excited about all of this. This was a pretty good way to end the first round, I'd say. Thank you, Ben.
I'd agree.
Yep, I'm gonna make a quick
This is
exit
really-
here too because I have not showered after my run today. So
All right, James, we
I hopped
appreciate
right on when I
you.
got back. So
James.
appreciate you fellas. I will
You can
not
tell,
hit
dude,
end
your
stream
hair's
on
a
my way
mess.
out. My hair is a mess. A mess. I will not hit end stream on my way out, boys. Love you, fellas. We'll see you guys soon.
We'll see you.
Go Nugs. Go Nugs.
It was always the Nuggets. I'm actually going to look at that score real quick. David has a question for the gang. Who are the biggest names that weren't picked? I think that's kind of fun. Should we do like a five best available? I don't want to take Mel Kiper's gig, but you guys got some names off the top of your head?
Coop.
Coop.
Cooper
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
go. Johnny
didn't
Newton.
go.
Johnny
Johnny
Newton.
Johnny Newton's
Mhm.
huge.
AD Mitchell,
Receiver.
if this was a week ago, but over the last week, it was starting to feel like he was going to go. But if you told anybody up until this week that he wasn't going to go first round, that would have been a surprise.
Yeah.
Mhm. AD Mitchell and Ladd got some first round hype at some points. Yeah, we haven't seen an off ball linebacker go off. Edgerrin Cooper and Junior Colson and Peyton Wilson are all pretty good.
So not somebody I expected to be taken in the first round, but one of the biggest names I think to look at in round 2. One of my personal favorites, somebody that at earlier times in the season before I knew who all the Colts were re-signing, somebody I was very high on for the Colts, Braden Fisk, somebody who not only was great at Florida State, but was a dog at, was it Western Michigan, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But he is a guy that I'm pretty high on. One of my favorite players looking at. I think ESPN right now has him listed as, what is that, the 8th best available going into the second round. So not sure if that's accurate, but definitely a guy I'm excited to look at. Josh says,
Yeah,
I thought
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid and Keon would go in round 1. Yeah, Kool-Aid, I saw that one. He's 3rd right now on ESPN's list. And then actually Florida State's back-to-back. They got Keon Coleman as their 7th best available. Ennis Rakestraw Jr., probably the one guy we didn't mention, and Adonai Mitchell. Those are a couple of guys listed. Jerzon. You guys said Newton already. Yeah, you guys said Newton.
Yeah.
So those are the only out of pretty much you guys have already listed the top 10 as far as ESPN has listed the best
Tyler
available
Newbin.
guys.
Skyuma.
Ooh, I
If
do
anybody
love
wanted a
Newbin.
safety.
Yeah. Newbin was a guy that I've had for the Colts as a second round pick potentially because they I know they re-signed Blackman, but corner and safety, I think they could use some help.
For sure.
Cole Bishop's a guy that I like actually too, sitting there. He's 22. Cole Bishop out of Utah, safety. That'll be interesting to see. All right. So I don't know, fellas. You guys got any other thoughts? I know it's been a long one. We've been going. I don't know how long the first stream was, but we're closing in on 4 hours. I know Trevor's got one more question. So who are your teams looking at tomorrow? So we'll start with you, Simon. You got anybody that you think the Steelers are going to be excited about tomorrow?
I mean, 2 centers are still on the board. Jackson Powers Johnson, Zach Frazier both slip out of the first round. I'm a little surprised at that. So I think the Steelers could get a little aggressive, maybe take 119 or 98, whatever their second, third round pick is. Try to move up from 51, get one of those guys, and then move down from 84 to kind of recoup that a little bit. Shut up, Josh. No, it's fine. But yeah, I think center's a big one for them, and then see if what receivers might fall. But I think if they could walk out with the tackle and center 1-2, that would be the dream scenario.
I like it. Michael, what about you for the Packers tomorrow? Anybody that you think they've got their eye on?
I hate to just keep shouting the same name aggressively into the open air, but Cooper DeJean in the second. They have like the 8th or 9th pick in the second round. I do maybe think that some trading up might have to happen, but they do have the Jets' second round pick. So that's I'm pounding the table for Cooper DeJean in the second.
I don't blame you.
But if not Cooper, I would be drinking the Kool-Aid. So,
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, I would be fine with Kool-Aid McKinstry as well. Immediately marketable. Dude, I saw somebody tweet a picture of like a gold chain with like the Kool-Aid man on it. And somebody was like, if the Packers draft Kool-Aid McKinstry, I'm buying this and wearing it to a game and not leaving until he signs it.
Dude, I can picture it now, like the Kool-Aid man doing a Lambo leap on a T-shirt. Like I can't draw it, but someone can, and it's gonna look awesome. He accidentally runs through the wall and is like, I have no idea. There's something there with Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm with you. John, what about you? Who are the Vikings? Are they going to do what Josh says here? Or should they trade up for JPJ? What are they doing?
We're probably golfing tomorrow. Just a bunch of day 3 picks.
Thank you, Josh.
But if they do trade up for somebody, it's probably like late 3rd tomorrow anyway. But tons of day 3 picks and interior defensive line for us right now. Honestly, going Dallas Turner over Johnny Newton makes me wonder about, what they were able to find out that we can't just from watching them. Just because like interior penetrator is one of the biggest needs on the roster. So like we're probably looking at like a Mekhi Wingo, Michael Hall if we're lucky, Christian Boyd, something like that. But interior defensive line, biggest thing, and then maybe a corner you like on day 3. But I think our next pick's 108, and then several other 3-digit picks. So probably just be hanging out tomorrow.
That makes sense. Maybe they'll trade up. Who knows? As far as the Colts go, obviously they addressed edge. So in my opinion, there are a lot of corners. Maybe a lot's a strong word. There are some corners I could be happy with. I think they might take a stab at a wide receiver depending on who's available. One of the names in particular, and obviously I'm a homer here. You can see it above my head. When I look at the corners, Cam Hart is a guy who I think at right place, right time. I'm not exactly sure what the round is, but I'd love to see Cam Hart for the Colts there as maybe a 3rd round pick. And then of course, wide receiver. I do think there's some talent there, but obviously, like I said earlier, safety is a need for the Colts. I think maybe we're looking at day 3 here, though. I think the Colts also maybe a linebacker that's a little better in coverage could be something that could help. Obviously, Zaire Franklin's going to get a lot of tackles. But so that's where I'd be looking at. Otherwise, luckily Michael Penix was drafted because I was maybe worried they weren't all in on Flacco and his $10 million contract. They might take him. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I honestly am rooting for the guy. I hope he does well. That was the most Falcons thing ever. I saw the alert pop up. We were talking about it earlier, but ESPN decided to make an alert about how frustrated or stunned Kirk Cousins is about this whole ordeal. So I mind blown that's the pick that you might risk. You're brand new. You just brought this guy in. Has he even practiced a day? Has he even worn a Falcons uniform? Even for a presser? Has he even done a damn photo shoot in uniform? You've already picked the next guy. Just unbelievable. So shout out to all the Falcons fans. I feel for you, man. Hopefully you're happy about it than I am for you.
That's why they're the Dirty Birds.
Yeah.
Let's just go get Michael Penix. Not even tell you right away.
I do hope.
Ruke, Tyler Davis. Really, literally any of those, whatever 6, 7 bodies. The D tackle depth's pretty interesting, but you get at least 1, maybe 2 of those guys on day 3, just because we got to build out a room. I'd love for Jerry Tillery to not make the roster. I'd love for Jonathan Bullard to not have to start in base defense. I'd love a better, higher upside 5 technique than Jonathan Bullard. But Grady Jarrett for Tyler Davis. Well, he's a big Clemson guy. You said that, right? I think I was off screen.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's right.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I thought Nate Wiggins was a little spindly and a little handsy, but I'll take your word on him too. And DJ Reader is responsible for my favorite play I've ever watched on all 22. So I'm with you there. Now I'm even more intrigued. You can do anything like DJ Reader. But yeah, anybody on the inside, just build the room out, get some competition for these stopgap starters that we keep trying to find.
All right. Well, I love it. I think I'm about ready to call it a night. I don't know about the rest of you, but I appreciate all of your time. And at the very least, the last thing, we should give you all a chance to tell the great folks at home. Shout out again. We're over 250 concurrent viewers right now, so we appreciate you all so much for hanging out with us. That is huge. Simon, we'll start with you. Where can the folks at home find you?
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you letting me hop on here just to get nerdy with the offensive line for a little bit there. Simon_Short on Twitter. That's where I post all my stuff. The newly rebranded Simon and Friends podcast is live Thursdays. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your pods. You can go at Simon and Friends Pod, all lowercase, all one word, on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram as well. That's all brand new. And Box Score Network is a collection of a few podcasts that we work with. So at B Score Network on Twitter, a lot of good stuff there. Some news shows that we've just added. So yeah, man, appreciate it. This was fun. You guys come check us out over there as well.
Always, man. Appreciate you for coming by. So thank you for that, Simon. And Michael, you're up next, man. Where can the folks at home find you?
Right now, I'm on Twitter saying stupid stuff about sports. Handles still flipped. Handles right there. Right, yeah, I'm not doing too much other than just being on there right now in terms of any sort of content. Like I was saying before, I run a local flag football league that's 300 kids that keeps me entertained. And then I'm coaching high school ball. So our off season's really starting to kick up. We have a Lake Tahoe trip in a few months. So I'm going to be busy. So yeah, you can just find me on Twitter, Michael Allen NFL. And hopefully I'll be on here more. We'll see.
We'll always keep the door open for you. But yeah, I understand that. You got a lot of coaching. Like I said before, you're a saint for dealing with that many kids on a Saturday for that many hours in a row. It's going to be great. At least one of those kids is going to be a future NFLer, and they're going to be talking about Coach Michael, and that's pretty freaking cool, man. So
yeah,
no, we will anytime you are available in that busy schedule, you're always welcome. So we appreciate you. Make sure you guys give him a follow on Twitter. John NFL, not Johnny, not Jonathan, not Jonathan. Where can the folks at home find you?
I forgot about that. Forgot about that rant I uncorked on you guys. Yeah, mostly right here on Bite Size Sports, on bitesizesports.com. A couple of articles there. I'm going to be writing a little bit more into the off season here as we get to it, but I will be busy. I'm coaching 4U T-ball in the summer for 6 weeks, so I don't know how much content I'll get on. I'm just kidding. I am coaching 4U T-ball, but it's like an hour a week. And then we will be back. Like once we get to camp at least. I think we talked about we'll have Necessary Roughness going weekly again on Tuesdays here on Bite Size Sports, weekly NFL show. And then you'll see me bouncing around Minnesota Sports Talk here and there with Purple and Scold Media, just Viking stuff. And then otherwise, yeah, man, Bite Size Sports, YouTube, Twitter, bitesizesports.com. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I know we had a blast. This was, if anybody saw last year's as well, you'll know it was a little bit more tame as far as the anarchy. But it was super fun to be able to go through these picks. Have some buddies hopping in and out, and all you watching, thanks so much. And yeah, check out our other stuff. We'll be having a lot of content around the NFL and probably the draft coming up. So thanks again.
Yeah, I echo that. Thank you, John, for joining us as well and hanging out with me for pretty much the whole damn night. So shout out one last time to the new subscribers. Thank you guys, Squad,
Nice.
Steve, Dustin, Mitch, Steve, Jeff, and to all the chatters, David, Josh, Trevor, Ben, Rapid Danger. We got Trevor. Who we got? Oh man, I want to get everybody. I want to make sure we get. So we said Ben already. We got Lee in here, Marty, James, Sean, Dennis. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. So Poland Spring was in the chat. I might miss some folks from our first half, but fantastic guys. We appreciate you so much, Lee. That's right. Lee Harding's been here with us from the beginning. We appreciate you guys. This has been one of the biggest nights stream-wise that we have had. We hope you had fun. As John said, we had a lot of fun bringing this content to you. So please subscribe. Like John said, Necessary Roughness will be every Tuesday when it comes back. We have the bounce on Thursdays. However, I do want to let you guys know, at the end of the playoffs, when we hit the end of the NBA season, that bounce time slot may actually get turned back into Supersize Sports, which will be just more of a general purpose. It'll be just us talking about everything that goes on in sports on Thursday night. And then eventually the bounce, of course, will come back for the NBA. But we want to have something where we can talk baseball with you guys, talk football, just whatever is going on. So we're getting to a point where once all the major sports other than baseball are in the off season, we will adjust our programming as such. So go ahead and give us a subscription if you're interested. We will be covering a lot more in the sports world the way that we do this. So we're really excited about that. And of course, hit us up on Twitter at Bite Size Sports, or hit me up on Twitter at @KevNevick_. If you are interested in working with us, if you want to be a guest on a podcast, you want to write for our website, bitesizesports.com, we'd love to have you. But just your time is more than plenty. So again, some of you have been here for almost all 3 hours. And if I had the energy, I would just fill time for 8 more minutes so we could get this second stream to 3 hours. But you know what? We've done enough. And I will hit you guys with one final. Actually, you know what? This doesn't even have our sponsorship ad on the way out. So we're just going to say goodbye. So long. Farewell from John and I and all the other Bite Size crew. Thank you so much. Happy draft. Enjoy your weekend. Peace out.